Hey, what's up guys, it's your boy KCM What Ifs. Today we are gonna be reading Naruto, the Black Fox, or what if Naruto was killed and joined the Fox Village. So sit back, relax and enjoy. Later that night Sasuke Uchiha sat in his room in meditation. Show yourself, ordered Sasuke as a black and green snake maybe 2 yards long appeared from out of the darkness. Hello Sasuke Uchiha, I am Bilal. Hissed the snake, stressing the S is Sasuke's name. You are not one of the Orochimaru summons, stated Sasuke. Very good, human, hissed Bilal, I am a messenger of Lord Sheamus, ruler of all demon snakes, we want you. Why should I care about you, said Sasuke. Does the name Naruto Uzumaki ring a bell, asked Bilal as Sasuke's eyes widened. Flashback in the Valley of the End. A 12-year-old Sasuke held Naruto up with a Chidori in his hand. It's time for you to die, Naruto, said Sasuke as he quickly stabbed Naruto in the chest. He could feel Naruto's blood run onto his arm. Sasuke quickly ripped his arm out as blood started to pour out of Naruto's body. Goodbye, dead last. With that, Sasuke tossed Naruto into the fast-moving water coming off the waterfall. End flashback. He is dead, I killed him, stated Sasuke. No, he is alive, said Bilal as Sasuke's head snapped around. What? Asked Sasuke. After you failed to kill him, he was rescued by demon sealed within him the Kyuubi, said Bilal. I see, so that was the source of Dead Last's power, said Sasuke as the pieces fell into place. Yes, and now he has the Demon Fox Summon Pack and has been trained by them in ways that makes him one of the most powerful ninjas in the world, said Bilal. He is no match for me and he will never be, said Sasuke defiantly. Are you sure? Asked Bilal, because we can offer you the Demon Snake Summoning Pack. Why? Asked Sasuke, I am assuming that you are not doing this out of kindness. Of course not, we want you to complete what you started years ago and kill the Kyuubi student, said Bilal. And what do I get out of this? Asked Sasuke. True power, said Bilal, power that will crush anyone before you, power that this foolish human you call your master could only dream of. For a brief moment Sasuke sat there thinking. Very well, but before I take on Dead Last I must kill someone else, said Sasuke. Whom? Asked Bilal. My elder brother Itachi Uchiha. I have sworn to kill him, said Sasuke. Very well, said Bilal, it will allow us to see your skills, but first you need to get rid of your certain master. I need the summoning pack, said Sasuke. You must go to my master for that, said Bilal, and only after you get rid of Orochimaru. Very well, said Sasuke as he stood up and picked up his sword as Bilal slithered up Sasuke's leg before finding a place around Sasuke's neck. What are you doing? I am required to go with you, to help you if needed, said Bilal. Your help will not be needed, said Sasuke. Then consider me an audience, hissed Bilal as Sasuke left the room and headed toward Orochimaru's room. They stopped outside of Orochimaru's door. Bilal watched as Sasuke raised his hand and pointed toward a simple-looking door. Suddenly a ray of lightning chakra shot out going through the door. On the other side of door Orochimaru was caught unaware as his hands were speared though by Sasuke's attack. Interesting attack, thought Bilal as Sasuke cut the door apart and entered the room. Orochimaru sat on his bed. His arms were crossed with Sasuke's attack running though both of them. Sasuke? Asked Orochimaru, you came just as I knew you would, but sooner than I thought. He had some encouragement, hissed Bilal. Who are you? Asked Orochimaru. I am Bilal, massager for the Lord of all demon snakes, said Bilal as Orochimaru's eyes widened. Lord Sheamus? Asked Orochimaru as he remembered the legends about the demon snakes. He always believed them to be myths, but now he saw one. Yes, said Bilal, and my master wants Sasuke. As such I no longer need you, said Sasuke, and I have nothing more to learn from you. Orochimaru couldn't move as Sasuke walked closer and closer to him. Orochimaru, you are weaker than me and soon I will have the summon skills, I will be even stronger, said Sasuke as he walked closer to Orochimaru, there is no reason to give you my body anymore. You have the nerve to do this, after all that I have done, said Orochimaru. You used me as your toy, like you have with so many others, said Sasuke. You toyed with people, used them for your own goal, and now the tables are turned and someone toyed with you. Damn you Uchiha, I will have your body, hissed Orochimaru. I don't think so, said Sasuke as Mii moved forward and raised his sword to kill Orochimaru. However, at the last moment Orochimaru opened his mouth as something darted out. Sasuke slowly turned and looked at the new source of chakra. There was a huge white snake made out hundreds if not thousands of white snakes, with a face that looked like a snake version of Orochimaru. A white snake covered with white scales, said Orochimaru, so that is your true form? All the experiments he did changed his form, said Bilal. Now Sasuke, I will have your body, said Orochimaru as he lunged forward to take Sasuke. Sasuke jumped over the attack with ease. However, dozens of white snakes shot of Orochimaru's body as they tried to capture Sasuke. However, Bilal's eyes glowed a sick green as the snakes stopped moving. What the? Asked Orochimaru. Did you forget I am a demon snake? Your snakes know that I am a higher rank and they must follow my will, said Bilal. I will take care of this, said Sasuke, stay out of this. If you use your curse mark you will win with easy, however your curse mark doesn't go well with us, said Bilal as Sasuke felt a pain in his curse mark. What the? Asked Sasuke. I am changing your curse mark, it will now be the seal of the demon snake, said Bilal as the curse mark changed to the image of a black snake inside a white circle. Now you may fight him alone. Very well, said Sasuke as Bilal slithered off Sasuke and lied beside the door looking in, an audience for the battle to come. This should be very amusing, said Bilal as Sasuke formed his chakra into a blade made out lightning. I don't care what that demon snake did, your body will be mine, said Orochimaru as he lunged forward only to have Sasuke cut him down with easy. That was too easy, said Sasuke as he looked at Orochimaru. He was cut into 4 pieces. First rule of battle, Sasuke, never consider an enemy dead until they are underground, said Bilal as Orochimaru started laughing. Fully sh boy, your body is mine, see you are breathing in a toxic gas, said Orochimaru as everything changed. Now Sasuke was standing in an endless room that looked like an internal organ. Slowly it wrapped his body up until only the face remained. As that was happening, another FRM appeared, this one of Orochimaru. He too was wrapped in the fleshly material that made the room. This is a world I created, Sasuke, and it is where I will take your body, said Orochimaru as Sasuke's Sharingan eyes glowed. Foolish old man, you should have learned by now no Justu is immune to these eyes, said Sasuke as the fleshly binds holding him turned black before they started to mold into a 3-headed beast. No, this is impossible, I am the immortal Orochimaru, pleaded Orochimaru as he looked death in the face. Foolish humans, all things die, said a new voice as a huge snake appeared. Its glowing green eyes were housed inside a black body with a blood-red checked pattern on his back. His cobra hood casted a dark shadow over everything. Who are you? Asked Sasuke. He is Lord Sheamus, king of all demon snakes, said Bilal. The snake seal informed me of your location and the reports were wrong, said Sheamus with a smile as his forked tongue poked in and out of his mouth. You are stronger than they said. I will be stronger than I seal Orochimaru within me, said Sasuke. Please, he will be like a cancer within you, always trying to get out. Just kill him and get it over with, said Bilal. My son is correct, kill him now and I will give you the summoning pack, hissed Sheamus. Very well, said Sasuke as he raised his sword with one quick move cut Orochimaru's head off. Instantly everything changed to show a dark, poorly lit room. The smooth stone floors reflected the light, giving everything a ghostly glow. Welcome Sasuke Uchiha to the throne room of the demon snakes, said Sheamus. I see, said Sasuke, you transported us after I killed Orochimaru? Yes, because it is time for you to go though the summon ritual, said Sheamus, follow us. Sasuke walked through the dark hallways, even Orochimaru's bases were bright compared to these. The only real source of light came from the few small torches and light bouncing off the red glowing eyes of snake statues. Finally they turned the corner to show a small open area surrounded by torches. In the center of the room were two large stone snakes facing each other. In between the snakes was a stone altar. On the altar being held by two more smaller stone snakes was a scroll. Also two smaller snakes decorated the bottom of the altar. The Demon Snake Summoning Scroll. Stated Sasuke as Seamus wrapped around the altar before facing Sasuke. Yes, Sasuke Uchiha, you have proven yourself when you killed your old master Orochimaru, but now are you willing to accept true power, hissed Seamus. As long as I kill Itachi and Naruto I will do anything, said Sasuke. Very good, with the power of the snake you will be my tool to take down the demon fox and his allies, said Seamus. Now reach out and take the scroll. Seamus watched as Sasuke reached out and touched the scroll. Instantly the stone snakes moved and all 6 of them struck with lightning speed, speeds that not even Sasuke could follow. Their fangs sunk into Sasuke's body, the 2 larger snakes bit his shoulders, the 2 small ones on the top of the altar bit his hands as the bottom snake bit his feet. Sasuke couldn't help but winced in pain as poison ran into his body. What the? Asked Sasuke. This is the price of true power, Sasuke Uchiha, said Seamus with a grin. If you survive, that is. The Kyuubi and his weak allies are too chicken to use this method to gain strength because of the likelihood of death. Sasuke wanted to fall down but the stone snakes kept him standing up. It hurt more than anything he had ever gone, though even the curse mark wasn't as bad as this. We will learn if you made it in 24 hours, said Seamus as demon chakra began to infusion into Sasuke's body. Meanwhile in the village hidden in the leaves, Tsunade sat behind her desk as members of the council stood before her. The council was made out of the 7 top clans in the village. When the village first formed there was 9 clans, but the Uchiha clan was gone except for Sasuke and Itachi, and as far as the council knew the Namikaze clan died with Minato Namikaze the 4th Hokage. Lady Tsunade, we have heard some disturbing news, said the current head of council Hayashi Hyuga, head of the Hyuga clan. What news is that? Asked Tsunade. One of the lower clans informed us that you made a deal with the Kyuubi, asked Hayashi. We didn't want to believe this until I asked a member of my clan only to find out it was true. So Hinata let it out? Asked Tsunade. We are not here to talk about my daughter, said Hayashi, we are here because you made a deal with the Kyuubi. Yeah, I did, said Tsunade. We share a common enemy in the Akatsuki and Naruto has become very strong and it is in the best interest of the village. The Kyuubi tried to destroy the village, snapped Tsum Inuzuka. That fox killed a lot of my clan including my husband. How dare you make a deal with the fox? The past is in the past, there is nothing we can do about it, and I believe the Kyuubi's story about why he attacked the village, said Tsunade. What are his reasons? Asked Shikaku Nara, father of Shikamaru Nara. Who cares, he killed them, yelled Tsum, showing that fieriness that was well known in her clan. He was being controlled, said Tsunade, by one of our own. What? Asked Choza Akimichi. He was being controlled the power of Madara Uchiha, said Tsunade, and his Mangekyo Sharingan. He died years ago at the hands of the first Hokage, said Hayashi. No body was ever found, said Tsunade, and we all know the stories of the power of his Sharingan. It is possible that a Sharingan of that power could control a demon, said Shikaku. You can't possibly believe this, said Inoichi Yamanaka, father to Ino Yamanaka. I am not saying it's the truth, but is it possible? Yes, said Shikaku, it would make sense. My grandfather told me stories about Madara Uchiha and his hatred of the village. I could see him wanting to destroy it. No matter, we don't want the demon's child back, he can stay with his own kind, said Hayashi Hyuga. Well, if he chooses to come back, and I think he will, there is nothing you can do to stop him, said Tsunade. We will mark him as a missing ninja with a kill on sight order, said Hayashi. You can only do that with a full council vote and have me sign off on it, and I am not going to sign that, said Tsunade with a smile as Hayashi Hyuga glared at her. So why don't you all get out of my office? Sakura didn't get much sleep that night as she prepared to follow Katara's advice in how to get a mate. Flashback. What? Asked Sakura. Just look as sexy as possible, said Katara, like a members of the male sex. All it takes some sexy actions by a vixen to get them interested, and since Naruto is already interested, all it takes is a final push, to get the over the edge. I am not sure this would work, said Sakura. Trust me, males in general are the same, they tend to have a few things on their mind at all time and sex is one of them, said Katara with a smile. I think you and my friend Ino would get along great, said Sakura. You two seem to share the same line of thinking. Well, not all humans are dumb, but it will take a true genius to bring out your features, said Katara as Sakura glared at her. End flashback. Katara had gone out through Sakura's cloths and picked out what would drive Naruto wild, and Sakura had to admit she was in such a rush to pack that she had thrown her whole closet into her bag, including the stuff she got just to shut Ino up when they went shopping. It seems that Ino and Katara shared the same line of thought when it came to cloths, the sexier the better. Sakura, it's time to train, yelled Naruto from downstairs. Kakashi was allowed to go back to the Leaf for the day, inform the Hokage about the situation, but everyone knew he was really only to give a report about Naruto. Coming, said Sakura as she stood up and headed toward the door. Meanwhile, outside in the inner courtyard, Naruto stood waiting along with Saito. Waiting for someone isn't like you, said Saito as he looked at Naruto. You are always rushed toward training and never waiting for anyone. Yeah, and your point is? Asked Naruto. It is that you are changing because of the vixen, said Saito as he looked up and grinned. And looks like the vixen wants to strut her stuff. What? Asked Naruto as he turned around and saw what Sakura had on. Her normal outfit was gone. Instead, she had a red sleeveless top that hugged her sides and made her breast look bigger and showed a lot of cleavage. The top ended just below her breast before showing her toned stomach. Her skirt, which used to go about 3/4 the way to her knees, was now a short red mini skirt that went 1/2 the old distance with black fishnet shorts under it. Her normal boots were also gone. Instead, her new boots had opening along the sides showing more skin. To top it all off, her finger/toe nails were painted the same shade of red as her cloths. Just look at him, thought Sakura as she couldn't help but grin at the look on Naruto's face. His eyes followed her with each step down the staircase. We so have him, said inner Sakura. I hope, said Sakura back as she stopped right in front of Naruto. So what is on the training schedule today? Asked Sakura. For a second Naruto couldn't think. Was Sakura dressed in the hottest thing he had ever seen her in, and then she must have used a stronger version of her shampoo because he could smell her strawberry-scented shampoo mixed in with her own natural scent. It was driving him insane as he hoped Sakura didn't notice the bulge that was growing in the front of his pants. Some mediation and then some physical training, said Naruto as he tried to notice that he had a clean view down at Sakura's cleavage. Being tall had some advances. Okay, shall we get going? Asked Sakura. Sure, said Naruto as Sakura started to walk toward the training field. Sakura's hips were moving side to side in such a way that made her even sexier. Little did he know Sakura was giving him that show. Now Saito looked toward the staircase only to see Katara standing there with a smile on her face. Should have known this was your doing, thought Saito as Katara disappeared around the corner. Back in the Leaf, Kakashi stood before Lady Tsunade. He is that powerful? Asked Tsunade. Yeah, he is by far the strongest person I have ever seen at his age. Even Itachi wasn't as good as him, said Kakashi. But Itachi has the Sharingan, said Shizune as she stood beside Tsunade. The Sharingan means next to nothing compared to what Naruto can do, said Kakashi. How? Asked Tsunade. Part of his training is having access to demon chakra. His eyes turn into normal red eyes with slits that we all saw whenever Kyuubi chakra leaked out before, said Kakashi as they all remembered those silted red eyes. Well, they cancel out the effects of the Sharingan. It was a waste of chakra to even use it on him. If he can stop the Sharingan, then he can go up against Sasuke's or Itachi's Sharingan and be on equal footing, said Shizune. I wouldn't be so sure, said Tsunade. What do you mean? Asked Shizune. Naruto may be good in training and in power, However, it takes years to develop instinct in battle, the ability to sense a trap or know the enemy's location and what their next move is, said Tsunade. That takes years of actually going out on missions to develop that, and I have the feeling that when Naruto comes back to the village he will force himself to go on the most dangerous mission. Well, Naruto has always been a fast learner when he wants to be, said Kakashi. And how is Sakura doing? Asked Tsunade. Well, Naruto is showing interest, but he seems to be torn in his emotions. He wants to be with Sakura so much, I see it from a distance, but yet he beats her up any chance he gets, said Kakashi. He is worried and scarred, said Tsunade as Shizune and Kakashi looked at her. He is worried that Sakura may actually like him now, but he's scared to show it because he is afraid of rejection. Shizune and Kakashi lowered their heads. Yeah. Naruto has been shown so little kindness and has been so alone in his life that he doesn't want his heart broken, said Shizune. Makes sense, said Kakashi as he looked toward the demon fox that had been sent with him to bring him back to the demon world when done. How about we grab something to eat? Lord Kyubi said to return as soon as possible, said the fox. Well, you said it takes a lot of chakra to go back and forth between our world and yours, so why don't we let you rest some more, said Kakashi. Very well, said the fox, it will give Naruto and the pink vixen some more alone time. Back in the demon world, Sakura and Naruto sat Indian style across from each other. So what are we trying to do? Asked Sakura. I am trying to master the sage mode, said Naruto. Sage mode? Asked Sakura. Basically, I am learning how to gather natural chakra and combine it with physical and spiritual energy to enter a form that is extremely powerful, said Naruto. I have mastered gathering the chakra and physical, I can handle it. What about the spiritual energy? Asked Sakura. That is my problem, that is the chakra that keeps everything in check, and that is where I am having the problem, said Naruto. Once I master that, I will master sage mode and finish my training. I see, said Sakura as she remembered back to the tree climbing training with Kakashi and Sasuke. So even after all these years you're having problems controlling chakra. Maybe I should give you another hint. Can't really help me with this, Sakura-chan. Spiritual energy is based on your own personal demons, and if you have settled them, said Naruto. I have settled all my demons but one. I thought you hated the villagers for what they have done to you, said Sakura. I do, said Naruto. Then how can you have settled all your demons if you hate them? Asked Sakura. Because I know I hate them, so it doesn't bother me anymore, said Naruto. I would love to hurt them, but I know they only blamed the Kyuubi for the deaths of their loved ones. So what is this last demon? Asked Sakura. You, answered Naruto. Me? Asked Sakura. Correct, said Naruto as he looked into Sakura's sea green eyes. So I have to ask, why are you dressed like that? You look like you're going to go out on the town to party, not on a training session. What do we say? Asked inner Sakura. The truth, said Sakura back. Naruto's been hurt too much by our words in the past. I am not hurting him now with a lie. Well, the truth is, Naruto-kun, I was trying to get you to like me before you go back to the leaf and see that compared to the other girls I don't look the greatest, said Sakura as she remembered Katara's words about how she didn't look as good as Ino and Hinata. I thought I needed to make myself look sexy so that you would become interested in me again. I would be lying, Sakura-chan, if I didn't say that I didn't look at how a woman looks, said Naruto. I am a guy after all. However, what also matters to me is the woman's personality, her kindness, her gentleness, her strength and her self-confidence. And Sakura dressing like that gets my attention in a physical sense, but it does nothing for what really matters. We screwed up, said Sakura. Yeah, we may have gotten him aroused, but we haven't won his heart, said inner Sakura. Sorry Naruto-kun, I listened to Katara against my better interest, said Sakura. I figured. Now I am saying never to dress like that because it makes you looks very, very good, said Naruto with a perverted grin, a grin not unlike those stupid grins he did as a kid. Sakura's eyes narrowed before punching Naruto in the face. That punch sent him flying back into the wall of the courtyard, making a crater on impact. Baka, said Sakura as she turned and walked away to change out of those cloths. However, as she walked she gave Naruto a show by making sure to move her hips from side to side, all the while smiling. She now knew that Naruto was interested and what he liked. Elsewhere in the demon world, Seamus stood looking at Sasuke. They were moments away from finding out if Sasuke survived the infusion of demon chakra. "Are you sure this is human is going to be useful?" said a new voice as Seamus looked toward the darkness. A large black scorpion with glowing golden eyes appeared out of the darkness. "Ah, Kamari, what is the Lord of all Scorpions doing here?" said Seamus to his allies. Now the snakes, scorpions and sharks were all in an alliance together, but it was a tense alliance where they friend one moment could turn on you in the next. "We are worried about the use of this human," said another voice as a large white shark full of razor-sharp teeth. Now demon sharks were naturally strong in water, but channeling their chakra allowed them to fly through air as if it was water. "Nico, Lord of all demon sharks," said Seamus, "so all three of us are gathered here." "Yes, the human is a concern," said Kamari. "But so is the human the Kyuubi has taken as his student," said Seamus. "So you wish to counteract the Kyuubi's human with your own?" asked Nico. "That is the plan," said Seamus as he spoke. The stone snakes that had been infusion Sasuke with demon chakra released and returned to their original spots. To everyone's amazement, Sasuke was still standing. The wounds from the snake bites quickly healed at a speed faster than even Naruto's. "Sasuke Uchiha, are you there?" said Seamus as Sasuke turned and looked toward the group of demons. His Sharingan itself had changed. No longer was it red with black commas, it was pure black with bone-white commas. "Did you expect me to die?" hissed Sasuke in a voice that even made the demons a little afraid and would scare a human into the grave. "Actually I did. No human has ever made it through the process alive," said Seamus, "and now all you have to do is sign the contract with your blood." They all sat there and watched as Sasuke reached out and took the scroll from its resting place. He quickly signed his name to the scroll before placing it back in the holder. "Now what to do for your first task?" asked Seamus. "Is it to kill my brother?" said Sasuke. "It would be a good way to test your skills." "Very well," said Seamus, "but how do you plan to do it?" "I am going to form a small team of 3 other people to help me track him down and keep his Akatsuki allies out of the fight," said Sasuke. "Sounds like a plan," said Seamus. "If you are going to form a team and if Seamus is going to use you against the Kyuubi's human, then we might as well go all the way," said Nico. "You are not considering?" asked Kamari. "Yes, we use all 4 summons packs," said Nico. "Sounds like a good idea to me. They may be useful as front-line soldiers against the Kyuubi and his allies when the war comes," said Seamus. "Alright," said Nico as Seamus looked at Sasuke. "Sasuke, bring us 3 more people and we will choose from them to sign our summoning pack," said Seamus. "At once," said Sasuke as Bilal slithered up to Sasuke from the darkness and he transported Sasuke back to the human world. Kakashi had come back a few hours ago and after a bit of light training had gone to bed. Naruto had decided to go back to meditations, and in hopes that Sakura wouldn't find him he had moved to the roof of the building just looking up at the full moon. However, it was all in vain as Sakura appeared beside him. She had changed back into her normal outfit. "Nice moon tonight," said Sakura as she looked up at the full moon high above them. She could see the lights from the village that she wasn't allowed to go to. "Yeah, it is," said Naruto. "Naruto, what is the Demon Fox village like?" "I mean outside these walls," asked Sakura. "Well, it is a lot like the village hidden in the leaves, people going about their day. Going to work, paying bills and raising their families," said Naruto. "They tend to look at me every time I leave these walls." "Naruto-kun, do you miss the village?" asked Sakura. "Do you miss going out on missions?" "On some levels, yeah," said Naruto. "Every once in a while I feel nostalgic and think back about our missions." "Naruto-kun, I know can't talk you out of bring Sasuke back to the village, can I?" asked Sakura. "No. I will keep my promise to you, Sakura-chan. I know you will be happy with Sasuke, your true love," said Naruto with just a little amount of hurt in his voice. "Listen, Naruto-kun, not to belittle your sacrifice in coming here and cutting off all human contact," said Sakura, "but people change, Naruto-kun, and I would rather have you back than Sasuke." "Sakura, how could you turn your back on him?" asked Naruto. "Naruto, he betrayed the village and tried to kill you," said Sakura. "He turned his back on us." "Just because he turned his back on us doesn't mean we have to turn our back to him," said Naruto as he leaned back on the slanted tiled roof and looked up at the stars. If anything, we have to try harder to get him back. Maybe he was always evil, said Sakura. He was always out to get revenge on someone, who I don't know. Itachi, said Naruto as Sakura looked at him. Sasuke was after his older brother Itachi, who had killed his entire clan in a single night before joining the Akatsuki. Sasuke has led a tough life with no family, and we can't turn our back on him or else he will be alone. Listen, Naruto, you can't put the fact that Sasuke lost his parents as a reason he betrayed the village. You had no family and you didn't betray us, said Sakura. Yeah, but to have a family and then lose it must be harder than never having a family, said Naruto. And never having one is just as hard. I mean, I am sorry for everything I said and did that hurt you back when we were kids, said Sakura. Thanks, but it was too late, said Naruto as Sakura's heart started to break, fearing he hated her. I forgave you and the others are a long time ago. You were just following your parents' wishes. I still had to say sorry, said Sakura. However, said Naruto as he tightened his fist, I haven't forgiven those bastards back in the Leaf who treated me like shit and knew what I had done for the village. They used a kid, no, a baby, to seal a king of demons, and then they treat that baby who is holding that demon back like shit. It isn't right, said Sakura. Of course it isn't right, yelled Naruto at the top of his lungs at Sakura. Naruto-kun is touching about letting people in, said inner Sakura. Yeah, it is because of all the pain he went through as a kid, said Sakura back. It will take a lot of time to heal those wounds. Yeah, it will, said inner Sakura back. And I know where to start, said Sakura back as she reached into pouch and pulled out an item. Naruto-kun, I have something to show you, said Sakura as Naruto sat up and looked at what Sakura was holding. There in her hands was his handband, the same one he had on when he was fighting Sasuke. Where did you get this? Asked Naruto. They bury the headbands with the ninja. Normally yes, but if the family asks for it they get it. I asked Lady Tsunade for it. I just couldn't let it go, it was all I had left of you, said Sakura as she ran her fingers across the metal headband, and I have kept it all these years, but I think it should go back to you. Sakura held out the headband as Naruto slowly took it into his hands and just looked at it. Put it on, Naruto-kun, said Sakura. I don't think it will fit anymore, said Naruto. It's worth a try, said Sakura as Naruto raised his headband back to his forehead and tried to tie it on, but it was too short. Well, it doesn't fit, said Naruto as he looked at the headband again, only to have Sakura take it out of his hand. Naruto watched as Sakura tied it to his upper arm. Yes, it does, said Sakura, you just need to know where to put it. Naruto just sat there looking at the headband on his arm. It felt so strange but yet so familiar to have that headband on, even if it was in a different location. Naruto, I have one other thing to give you, said Sakura as she pulled out a half-burnt photo from her pouch. Naruto noticed the photo. It was the one he used to look at before he would fall asleep. It was the picture of Team 7, Naruto and Sasuke standing side by side glaring at each other, while Sakura smiled in between them with Kakashi over them. The image was burnt around the edges and the part of the photo with Sasuke's face was burnt to a crisp. However, it was in a new frame. Where did you get this? Asked Naruto. From your place, said Sakura. Flashback. It was just after the funeral for Naruto and Sakura was walking around in a daze. She had no idea on how she ended up at Naruto's apartment. She looked up at the broken door wondering why it was down. She reached out for the door knob only to have the entire door fall down. She walked into the main room to see a burnt-out couch, broken glass and other trash. On the wall beside the spray-painted words, "The demon is finally dead," and "Have fun in hell," were human waste, as if some sick person had thrown it along the wall. Why did someone do this? Asked Sakura as she looked at the destroyed room. She could see the inside of some walls. She moved toward the bedroom only to see the entire room was burnt. The bed was the worst. She walked over to the nightstand and picked up a half-burned photo. The frame had protected most of it, but the edges along with Sasuke's face was burned to pieces. Naruto-kun, said Sakura as she ran her fingers across the still hot glass. Who are you? Asked a new voice as Sakura looked toward the door to see a short, extremely fat, balding man. She knew him from around town as the owner of many apartment buildings, and this was one of his buildings. Therefore he was Naruto's landlord. Sakura Haruno, I was on Naruto's team, said Sakura, and I just wanted to see his things, but what happened here? You're too young to understand, stated the landlord. Now get out so I can clean this place and finally make some money on this place. Alright, said Sakura as she looked at the photo. Is it alright that I take this? Sure, why the hell would I care, said the landlord, it's one less thing I have to clean up. Thank you, said Sakura as she pushed past him and headed out the door with the photo. I guess someone has to miss the demon, said the landlord as Sakura exited the apartment and headed home. End flashback. I put it in a new frame, said Sakura, I hope that's okay. It's fine, Sakura-chan, said Naruto as he looked at himself dressed up in a bright orange jumpsuit. I was an idiot for wearing that stupid thing. Yeah, but you were a lovable idiot, said Sakura with a smile as Naruto lowered his head. Listen, Sakura-chan, I know you like me, but I am not good for you, said Naruto, his head still looking at the ground. Sasuke, when he gets back, can give you a lot more than me. I am poor, he comes from a rich clan. I am a demon's child, he is the golden child. He is better than me and you deserve the best. Naruto felt Sakura's hand on his chin. She pulled his head up and looked Naruto's blue eyes. Sasuke may have money but not your heart. I know you would never turn your back on friends like Sasuke did. You never go back on your word, said Sakura as she moved forward so her hot breath could be felt on Naruto's lips. As for you not being good for me. With that she pressed her lips against his and Sakura started kissing him. For a moment Naruto didn't return the kiss, but slowly he started to kiss her back. It was slow, as if he was afraid to show his feelings. Sakura pulled back for some air but kept their foreheads pressed together so she could look straight into those warm blue eyes and he could look into those sea green eyes. Let me decide that, Naruto-kun, said Sakura softly as she kissed Naruto again, and this time he returned the kiss right away. On a nearby rooftop, Saito sat watching Naruto and Sakura kissing on top of their roof. I expected better than that from you, Naruto. You let the vixen win, said Saito. You let her get control. Control is the wrong word, Saito, said a voice as Saito looked toward his right as Katara appeared out of the wind. What would you call it? Asked Saito as Katara walked up and sat beside her future mate. Love, said Katara as she looked into his eyes, and as much as you hate to admit it, you know Naruto loves Sakura just like you love me. I don't love you, snapped Saito. Yeah, right, said Katara with a laugh. Did you not think I would notice you checking me out or looking at me from across the table, even before our parents told us we were arranged for mating? Saito didn't say anything, he was too busy trying to think of a way out of this. However, not talking gave Katara the opening she needed. You can play the tough, cold-hearted fox all you want, but like Naruto, deep down you're emotional and just want to be loved, said Katara. I am Prince of the Demon Foxes, next in line for the throne of the Demon Foxes, said Saito. You also lost your mom, your baby sister and then your father in the span of a week, said Katara as Saito looked at the ground as he tried not to remember the hardest week in his life. You may have gotten your father back, but that was after 12 years of being without a family. While 12 years is a short time for us, it is still time away from your only living family. Shut up, Katara, said Saito as he disappeared into a ball of flames. Looks like you will be harder for me to open up than Naruto were for Sakura, said Katara, however I have more time to play with. Meanwhile, in the human world, Sasuke Uchiha walked down a darkened room full of huge test tubes full of water. He walked up to the largest one, separated from the others. I knew it was you, said a voice from the tube. The fact that you are here proves that you were the one who killed Orochimaru. Yes, answered Sasuke, but first let's get you out of there. With that, Sasuke cut across the tube, releasing the water. The water poured out onto the floor into a large pool. From that pool a human face appeared. Free at last, said a nude man about Sasuke's age. He had white hair with deep purple eyes and sharp shark-like teeth. Yeah, Suigetsu, you're the first, said Sasuke. First, so you're forming a team? Asked Suigetsu. Yes, Karen from the southern hideout and Yugo from the northern hideout, said Sasuke. Ah, those two, I don't like those two, said Suigetsu. You liking those two is not my concern, said Sasuke, put some cloths on, we are leaving. Who are you to order me around? You may have freed me but you don't own me, said Suigetsu as Sasuke turned walked out of the base. What are you doing? Asked Bilal as he slithered up to Sasuke as he walked out of the base. Just wait, said Sasuke as they became two headed out of the base. Then just after sunrise they came across Suigetsu swimming in a large pool of water in the middle of the road. It was your team, wasn't it? The team that took down Zabuza Momochi? Asked Suigetsu as he turned and looked at Sasuke. What happened to his blade? Sasuke didn't say anything. He just stood there and watched Suigetsu swim in the pool he had created. Okay, how about this? You give me the blade and I'll help you in whatever you're planning, said Suigetsu. Sasuke just looked at him before walking across the water. Put some clothes on, said Sasuke. Fine, said Suigetsu. Naruto sat in meditation but his mind was focused of what had happened the night before. Sakura had kissed him. Sakura, the girl he had a crush on this before he could remember, had kissed him. Oh, how he loved the taste of her lips on his. The slight moan she gave off when he brushed some of her hair behind her ear sounded like music to him. His entire body felt as if electricity was running though it even just thinking about it. You seem happy today, Naruto, said the Kyuubi as he appeared beside the young ninja. Yeah, well, said Naruto. You kissed the vixen, didn't you? Asked Kyuubi. How did you know? Asked Naruto, slightly embarrassed. The Kyuubi had become almost like a father to him. The outer perimeter guards were interested in what was going on, said Kyuubi. Next time do it in a more private area. Sorry, said Naruto. At least you didn't go all the way, did you? Asked Kyuubi. No. I didn't, said Naruto. Do you really think I would be that careless? No, but emotions tend to be strong in a first love and you don't get second chances, said Kyuubi. I know, and nothing happened, we only kissed, said Naruto. Okay, but do you love her? Asked Kyuubi as Naruto closed his eyes and let out a breath. Yeah, I think I do, said Naruto. Very well, follow me, said Kyuubi as the two of them headed toward a training field. Back in the human world, Suigetsu, who was now dressed in a purple sleeveless shirt with light blue pants, walked up to a large bridge along with Sasuke. The Great Naruto Bridge, read Suigetsu. What a strange name. Yes, I guess it is, said Sasuke. Is this Naruto the same who is the Kyuubi's student? Asked Bilal. Correct, said Sasuke as he headed toward a side path that led toward the place where Team 7 had left the sword. When they got up there they found the sword gone. No sword, no deal, said Suigetsu. Why don't we get something to eat before going our separate ways? A couple minutes later they were sitting in an ice cream bar eating with girls watching every one of Sasuke's moves. Looks like you're a ladies' man, Sasuke, said Suigetsu as a lady carrying a new bowl of ice cream walked up. Hello, said Suigetsu as the woman kept looking at Sasuke with a huge blush on her face. What can I do? Asked the woman. Well, he is looking for that huge sword that was by the bridge, said Suigetsu as the woman ran off before coming back a moment later with a dozen other girls, all screaming the same basic thing. Tazuna, who lives by the river, he would know. Tazuna, said Sasuke as he remembered the bridge builder's face from that mission years ago. Let's go, Suigetsu. Meanwhile in the demon world, Naruto stood before the Kyuubi. What, we tried that a few days ago and I couldn't have mastered the control that soon, said Naruto. Just try the Sage Mode again, ordered Kyuubi as Naruto formed the seal. To his surprise, the Sage Mode started to appear faster than it ever had before and soon he was in full Sage Mode, and then to his surprise the chakra leveled out and he was in control. How could I have mastered it already? Asked Naruto as he looked at his hand. The vixen, said Kyuubi. Yeah, she was my problem, but all we did was kiss. How could that make the difference? Asked Naruto. It isn't the kiss per se, it is that fact that you accepted the fact that you love her, said Kyuubi. You were torn in your feelings and that unbalance caused your problem, so now it is gone. Are you saying just by saying I love Sakura-chan was all I need to allow me to use Sage Mode? Asked Naruto. No, just saying it isn't all you need to believe it in your heart, said Kyubi. You needed to settle the issue of Sakura. You could have decided to hate her and you would have still mastered Sage Mode. You wanted me to hate her? Asked Naruto as he showed his teeth. No, but if you had decided to hate her then the issue would have been settled and you would master Sage Mode, said Kyubi as he looked at his student. I am actually pleased you picked to love the vixen. Why? Asked Naruto. Naruto, to love a vixen is a double-edged sword, said the Kyubi. If you truly love her she is the source of your biggest strength and your biggest weakness. I don't really follow, asked Naruto. She is a source of weakness because emotional. If anything would happen to her you wouldn't know what to do for with yourself and you would never forgive yourself for it, said Kyubi as he remembered watching his mate-to-be die on that rain-soaked battlefield during the Demon War. However, she is your greatest strength because you will do anything to protect her, including winning a battle you may not win. She will give you strength when you have none left. She will make you happy and give you something to fight for. I see, said Naruto as he turned back to normal. Naruto, your training is almost complete. All that is left is a ceremonially marking your finishing of the training, said Kyubi. It will also give you full rights as a summoner of demon foxes. When do we do that? Asked Naruto, knowing that soon he would be able to summon not just low-level demon foxes like Saito and Katara into battle but the big boys like the Kyubi. He had to wait for that right until after his training was complete. Sunrise tomorrow, said Kyubi, that is when tradition says it must happen, and then you should be back home in the Leaf by midday tomorrow if you should please. It is, said Naruto. Meanwhile, near the border with Wave, a team from the Leaf walked. So why are we doing this mission? Asked Ino as Shikamaru and Choji walked toward the border. Our mission is to investigate Tenzin Daikoku, who is an highly connected politician but runs band of thieves who is attacking caravans on our side of the border, said Shikamaru. We need proof that he is behind it so that we can get official permission from the ruler of Wave to kill him. So what's the plan? Asked Choji. Well, Ino uses her mind transfer Justu to take over a person's body and then walks inside and finds proof, said Shikamaru. That is very simple, said Ino. Does it need to be complex? Asked Shikamaru as they neared the castle fort of Tenzin Daikoku. I guess not, said Ino. We will begin the operation in the morning, but first let's scout the area, said Shikamaru. The next day, while Naruto was preparing to go through a ceremonial, Sasuke and Suigetsu stood looking out at a castle. They had found a helpful villager who had told them about Tenzin Daikoku having the sword, and then another helpful village told them where to find him. Wow, that is troublesome, said Suigetsu as a huge group of soldiers go by on horseback. Yes, there is another clan who is going to attack the castle, said Sasuke, with a force in the 1,000. I see. I'll just sneak in tonight and steal the sword, said Suigetsu as Sasuke looked at the castle. How about a wager? Asked Sasuke as Suigetsu looked at him. A wager? Asked Suigetsu. Well, Sasuke, I never believed you would do something this playful. You're on. Alright, first to get inside and get the sword wins, said Sasuke, however you may not kill anyone. What? Asked Suigetsu. It begins now, said Sasuke as he disappeared before reappearing in the center of the massive troop formation. The troops began to attack only to fall with easy. Wow, I guess it does start now, said Suigetsu as he walked up to Sasuke just as he finished defeating the troops. Just as they finished, a massive amounts of arrows flew out from the base. Sasuke ran though hand signs before breathing out a giant fireball destroying the arrows. After the arrows were gone he disappeared, leaving Suigetsu by himself as another massive force ran out of the base. Why are you not having him kill anyone? Asked Bilal as Sasuke appeared in a tree beside him. Because killing someone is easy but taking them down without hurting them takes skills, said Sasuke. I see, hissed Bilal, so that is why you told that human that they were going to be attacked? Yes, I want to test Suigetsu, said Sasuke as he watched Suigetsu do battle. Very well, said Bilal as he watched. I must say for a human he is above average. Meanwhile in the demon world, Naruto walked into a well-lit courtyard. There were 5 stone pillars, one in each corner and one in the center. The ones in the corner had light torches, while on top of the center one sat a sitting stone fox with a scroll in its mouth. "Naruto, are you ready?" asked the Kyuubi. "Yes," said Naruto as he prepared to finish his training and get the mark of the fox. "Then all you have to do is take the scroll and become the first human to become our summons. To have the ability to call all demon foxes to battle," said the Kyuubi as Naruto looked around the outside of the courtyard. There were all the council members of the demon fox village. Slowly Naruto reached out and touched the scroll. The moment he touched the scroll, beams of light shot out from the outer pillars, hitting the stone fox, causing the jeweled eyes of the fox to glow. Naruto knew what to do. He took the scroll and bowed his head as beams of light shot out of the stone fox eyes, hitting him in the upper right arm. Naruto winced in pain as he began to receive the mark of the fox. Outside the temple, Kakashi and Sakura waited as humans who had not gone through the training, so therefore they had to wait. After about an hour or two, Kakashi was taking it easy reading his orange book while Sakura was walking back and forth so fast that she was making a path in the stone floor. "Calm down," said Kakashi as he flipped a page in his book. "How can I be calm? Naruto-kun is going thought something and he isn't allowed to tell us what it is," yelled Sakura. "He could be getting hurt or worse." "I don't think they are going to hurt him much," said Kakashi. "Much?" asked Sakura. "Well, if it is like any ancient ceremony I have ever been to. It normally involves the letting of blood on some old knife as an offering," said Kakashi. "That is what I am talking about." "But still," said Sakura. "Don't worry, he will be okay," said Kakashi. "I am okay," said Naruto as he walked down the stairs. "Naruto," said Sakura as she rushed up and hugged him. Naruto winced in pain a bit at Sakura's touch. "What happened?" "The flesh on his back is a little tender right now, Sakura-chan," said Naruto as he turned around to show a new tattoo on his back. It covered almost half of his entire shoulder blade. The image was of a large blonde color fox with deep blue eyes. "A tattoo?" asked Sakura, confused. "It isn't just a tattoo, it is the mark of the demon fox. Say that he has finished his training and that he is able to go home," said Kyuubi as he walked up. "But still a tattoo?" asked Sakura. "It's not unheard of for that to happen at a ceremony," said Kakashi as he closed his book. "Besides, Sakura, we can now head home." "Yeah," said Naruto as he tossed on his cloak. "I just need to grab some stuff. At least we can finally head home," thought Sakura. Meanwhile, back in the human world, Sasuke and a new sword-carrying Suigetsu walked away from a destroyed castle. A moment later, the entire thing came crashing down. "So you were testing me?" asked Suigetsu. "Maybe," said Sasuke as he looked up and saw a team of people standing there. "Well, this was unexpected." "What?" asked Suigetsu as he looked at the 2-man and 1-woman team standing there. "Do you know them, Sasuke?" "You can say we know him," said the fat man as Suigetsu noticed that they had leaf headbands. "So you're from the same village as Sasuke?" asked Suigetsu. "Doesn't matter, come on Suigetsu, we have work to do," said Sasuke. "We are not going to let you do whatever mission Orochimaru has you doing," said Ino as she looked at her crush. "We are bringing you back to the village." "Ah, but Orochimaru didn't give us a mission, Sasuke did after he killed him," said Suigetsu as Shikamaru's, Ino's, and Choji's eyes widened. "What?" asked Shikamaru as suddenly Sasuke's Sharingan eyes activated, but they were different, black and white commas instead of red and with black commas. Suddenly Ino, Choji and Shikamaru found themselves in a black and white world. "Where are we?" asked Ino as she tried to move but she couldn't move. "You are in my world," said Sasuke as all 3 of them found themselves hanging in mid-air. "Now since I am in a kind move I will spare you, but tell Dead Last that as soon as I finish my correct task I will come for him." "Naruto's dead," said Ino. "Nice try, Ino, but you can't lie to me," said Sasuke as suddenly all 3 of them caught fire. After a few moments Sasuke turned off his Sharingan as the real Ino, Choji and Shikamaru fell to the ground. "Wow," said Suigetsu. "Let's go," said Sasuke as he walked down the road stepping over his former friends' passed out bodies. miles away in a bunker the Akatsuki gathered. Itachi, what have you learned? Asked Pain. Naruto has become a summoner of the demon foxes, reported Itachi. I see, has he returned to the village? Asked Pain. Unknown, but I know he will return soon, or at the moment the village needs him, said Itachi. Very well, said Pain as he looked at Haiden and Kakuzu move toward the leaf and test him, ordered Pain. Zetsu, I want you to watch Naruto and study him. At once, said all three of them as they disappeared. This is going to get interesting, said Itachi. It was just after noon when Naruto, Sakura and Kakashi appeared on a hill just outside the Leaf Village. I don't understand why we didn't just appear inside Lady Tsunade's office, asked Sakura. I want to walk through the gates, said Naruto. I want the villager to see me as I enter the village. Are you sure, Naruto-kun, you know what they may do to you? Asked Sakura, worried about what the villagers may do. I am not going to hide from them, Sakura-chan, said Naruto. Sakura, why don't you tell the Hokage we are back, ordered Kakashi. But, said Sakura. It's okay, said Naruto with a smile as Sakura turned and ran toward the village. The moment Sakura was out of hearing range, he spoke up again. Thank you, Kakashi, now you go too. I guessed you wanted to face this alone, said Kakashi as he placed his hand on Naruto's shoulder. Yes, said Naruto as Kakashi disappeared. You can come out now, ordered Naruto as Saito appeared beside him. I should have known you knew I was here, said Saito as he sat down. I thought you were going to stay in the demon world, asked Naruto. I was, but then I realized that I would have more fun here, said Saito as Naruto grinned. Katara was driving you up the wall, wasn't she? Asked Naruto as Saito glared at him. I knew it. Well, we are going to scare the humans down there shitless when we come marching though the main gate, said Saito. That's part of the plan, said Naruto as he crossed his arms. I noticed you didn't tell the vixen your real plan, said Saito as Naruto looked at him. I mean your plan apart from the getting rid of the Akatsuki and getting Sasuke back. I don't plan to tell her or anyone else, said Naruto, not even your father knows about that goal of mine. I know, I just thought you may have told the vixen, said Saito. No, there is no reason for her to know, said Naruto as his eyes turned red with slits. She, like the Kyuubi, would try to stop me. She would, stated Saito. Naruto, I may not agree with that plan of yours, but I understand why it needs to be done. Thank you, said Naruto as he ran though the math in his head. I only need 2 to pull it off. Yeah, said Saito, now let's go scare the crap out of those villagers. Yeah, said Naruto as they started down the hill toward the main gate. This is going to be fun. It only took a few minutes for Naruto and Saito to reach the main gate. Stop right there, yelled an older Jonin as he ran up with a kunai in his hand. Is something wrong? Asked Naruto as the Jonin was joined by a flash mob of villagers, some armed with makeshift weapons. Yeah, demon, you're still breathing, yelled a middle-aged man as he ran forward with a crowbar in hand. Naruto just stood there as the crowbar came down, and then at the last moment he grabbed the man by the arm. The man's eyes widened as he tried to pull back or finish his attack, but the crowbar was going nowhere. You seem surprised, said Naruto coldly as his eyes turned red and he glared at the scared shitless man. The Naruto Uzumaki you knew, the kid who would let you beat him up day after day, is gone. I will die to protect this village, but that gives you no right to attack me or my friends. If you do, then hell will seem like heaven when I am done with you. When he finished, he channeled his chakra into his hand and snapped the crowbar in half. The man stumbled back, falling onto the ground in fear. You're the son of the Kyuubi, cried the man as a huge wet spot appeared in the front of the man's pants. No, that would be me, laughed Saito as the villagers noticed the black fox for the first time. And believe me, Naruto would be kind compared to me or my father. Now step aside before I make you, ordered Naruto. Slowly, one by one, the crowd began to disperse. Finally, Naruto started down the road toward the Hokage's building, evil glares being cast at him. However, they were no longer throwing rocks, bricks, or worse at him. Part of Naruto hated doing that, but another part loved the fact that the villagers knew he wasn't going to sit back and take it anymore, and if he would fight back. Meanwhile, across the world, Sasuke, with Bilal wrapped around his neck, walked onto an island with Suigetsu at his side. "Why would you want Karen? She is a bitch," asked Suigetsu. "Because she is a very useful skill," answered Sasuke as he remembered the mission Orochimaru had him do with Karen years ago when they were on the hunt for some escaped prisoners. Flashback. "The 118 escapees are somewhere within these woods," said Sasuke. "I see," said Karen as she stood on a tree branch behind him. Sasuke watched as Karen closed her eyes, and only after a few moments she spoke up. "Found them," said Karen to the amazement of Sasuke, but in true Uchiha form he showed no emotions. End flashback. "Wow, the only thing keeping us out is a single metal door," laughed Suigetsu. "Open it," ordered Sasuke. "Why do I have to do it?" asked Suigetsu. Sasuke's answer was simple: he just looked at the large sword Suigetsu now carried on his back. "Fine, I'll cut the door down, but she could have just opened it for us. She's got to know we are here." "She knows we are here, all right," thought Sasuke as Suigetsu cut apart the door and they entered the hideout. Flashback. "How many?" asked Sasuke as he looked at the knocked-out body of one of the escapees. "This one makes 84, answered Karen. "Sasuke, why don't you kill them? You're so kind to them." "Because there are only 2 people in the world I desire to kill," responded Sasuke as he remembered Naruto's face when he stabbed him and then Itachi's face, "and I already killed one of them." As he said that, he began building up chakra as Karen started acting strangle. However, before he could do anything, he notices a group of escapees. Sasuke jumped up and quickly knocked out the enemies. However, as one fell, he hit Karen, causing her to fall as well. Waiting down below was another escapee with a knife. "Karen," said Sasuke as he jumped down after Karen. He grabbed her before pulling out his sword, killing the escapee before landing on the ground. Karen stayed close to him. "You did that for me?" asked Karen. "Without you, finding the rest will become difficult," answered Sasuke. End flashback. In combat, Karen is not that useful. She does have some medical skill, however her key power lies with her ability to sense chakra even at extreme distances. Thought Sasuke as they turned the corner in a dark hallway. When they turned the corner, they saw a red-haired woman standing there. She had on a short pair of pants and a gray coat. Over her red eyes she had a pair of glass. "Hello, Karen," said Sasuke. Meanwhile, back in the Leaf, Naruto walked down the hallways of the Hokage building. More than a few people stopped and looked at him. Most seemed surprised to see him, while there was a rumor that Naruto was still alive, but few believed it. However, there he was with a black 3-tailed fox at his side. Naruto pushed through the doors of the Hokage's office only to come face to face with Tsunade. Sakura and Shizune stood on either side of Tsunade. Kakashi leaned against a far wall with his orange book in hand. "Hello, old lady," said Naruto. "Naruto, it's been too long since you've been in this office," said Tsunade, but before anything could happen, Hishira Hyuga stormed into the room yelling at the top of his lungs. "Tsunade, you have gone too far," yelled Hishira. "You let not only the demon child in but the son of the Kyuubi into our village." "How is that a problem?" asked Saito as Hishira looked at him. "You're a demon," stated Hishira. "Your point?" asked Saito. "You humans can be just as evil as any demons." "I don't care, you are a demon that shouldn't be alive to begin with," yelled Hishira. "Demons were around long before you humans, and we will be here long after you're gone," said Saito. "True, we manly stay in our world." "Then stay in your world," yelled Hishira. "Go and take the demon child with you." Saito put his tail under his chin as if thinking. "No, I don't really feel like leaving. Do Naruto?" asked Saito with an evil grin covering his face. "No, I don't," said Naruto as his eyes turned red as he looked at Hishira, "and I would love to see you try and force me to leave." "I don't need to," said Hishira as he pulled out a scroll. "This is a signed document by all the landowners and store owners in the Hidden Leaf. They all agree we will not rent or sell anything to this demon. So where are you going to live, demon?" Suddenly Naruto and Saito began to laugh. What is so funny you have nowhere to live, stated Haishur. Foolish human, did you not think we planned for this? Asked Saito as Naruto pulled out a scroll from under his cloak and tossed it at the head of the council. What is this? Asked Haishur as he looked at Leaf Village seal on the scroll right beside his own clan seal. Open it, said Naruto as Haishur opened the scroll. His eyes widened as he read the scroll. It was a deed to one of the older Hyuga buildings. How did you get this? Asked Haishur. I sold this 2 years ago to an out-of-town businessman who wanted a home here. Flashback 2 years ago. What can I do for you, mister? Asked the head of the Hyuga clan as he looked at the tall powerful man dressed in the finest red silk undershirt with a black coat and black pants. However, somehow that blood-red cloths look pale compared to his fire-red hair and red eyes. Yubiku, answered the man as they sat across from each other in the most high-end restaurant in the Leaf. Strange name, can I ask where you are from? Asked Haishur Hyuga as the server brought 2 glasses of wine. A small village in Treasure Country, answered Yubiku as he sipped the wine. Treasure Country is a long distance from here, said Haishur. Correct, it's over a week away, said Yubiku. So why are you here? Asked Haishur. I am setting up the groundwork for a new venture of mine, said Yubiku. See, my trading company is doing extremely well and I am looking to expand it into Fire Country. I see, said Haishur, and what can the Hyuga clan do for you? Well, I need a place to stay up here when my business makes the jump up here in a few years, and I heard your clan has some houses for open to be sold to the highest bidder, said Yubiku. Yes, we do have a house on the market, said Haishur, however the top bidder is extremely high at the moment. Yubiku grinned as he reached for a briefcase and placed it on the table. I think you'll find my offer better, said Yubiku as he opened the briefcase. Instantly Haishi's eyes widened as he looked at the briefcase full of 20 gold bars. I have another case just like it if you hand over the deed today, said Yubiku. Of course, said Haishur as he looked at the gold with an evil grin. End flashback. What was his name? Asked Saito. It was a strange man named Yubiku, but that doesn't explain how you got this deed, said Haishur. If you take Yubiku and unscramble it, what does it spell? Asked Naruto with a grin as Haishur tried to figure it out. Kyubi, answered Tsunade as Haishur looked at the Hokage. It spells Kyubi, and since demon foxes can take human form, I am guessing that this Yubiku man that Haishur sold the land to was really the Kyubi in human form. You are correct, said Saito with a grin as he and Naruto looked at Haishur. We are your neighbors. Lady Hokage, yelled Haishur, stop this. Even if I wanted to, how could I? Asked Tsunade. Were you paid in full for the house? Yes, growled Haishur, wishing he hadn't looked into the man in more detail, but when he showed up with all those gold bars he couldn't refuse. But he is a demon. In the law it never says anything about the owner of land being human, just as long as they are over 16 years old, said Tsunade, and we all know the Kyubi is over 16. Face it, Haishur, you were outflanked, laughed Naruto. You may have a place, but what about food? Yelled Haishur. That can easy come from our world, said Saito with a grin as Haishur stormed off. We better get to that house before Haishur decides to burn it down or something, said Naruto. Sakura-chan want to come along? Go, said Tsunade, I'll send word to your other friends that you're there. Thank you, Land Tsunade, said Sakura. Just be here by 10 tomorrow. I want to see how much Naruto has improved myself, said Tsunade as Sakura, Saito, and Naruto walked out of the room. Lady Tsunade, you could have stopped this by just telling Naruto who his father is, said Shizune. The Namikaze compound still stands and the villagers may not hate him since he is the son of the 4th Hokage. If Saito hadn't shown that the Kyubi had planned ahead, then I would have done that, said Tsunade. However, Naruto needs time to adjust, get back in contact with his lost friends. If I told him now that his own father had sealed the demon in him, he would shut down all those emotional doors Sakura opened, and then he would be a cold-hearted killing machine no better than Sasuke. Back in Orochimaru's base, Karen glared at Sasuke and Suigetsu as they sat on a couch. Come with me, Karen, ordered Sasuke. What? I can't leave, I have a job to do here, yelled Karen. Orochimaru is dead, said Suigetsu. I know that, snapped Karen. Then there is no need for you to be here, said Sasuke. I must keep order over the prisoners, explained Karen. I see, said Sasuke before looking Suigetsu, free them. What? Yelled Karen. There is no need for a warden if there are no prisoners, explained Sasuke as Suigetsu stood up and walked out the door. The moment he did, Karen locked the door. Sasuke, said Karen, her stern voice gone. Instead it sounded like a love-sick little girl. What? Asked Sasuke. Why don't you and I just go? We don't need him, said Karen. So you're coming with me? Asked Sasuke as Karen nodded her head. Made you change your mind? There is something different about you, your chakra, it's abdicating. I must be near it, said Karen. Meanwhile in the corner of the room Bilal watched the scene. A sensor type that can even tell the difference between demon chakra and normal chakra, a rare gift among demons. For a human to have it is unheard of, thought Bilal. Yes, she will be useful. Hinata had never ran so fast in her life. She had been training with Kiba and Shino when she heard that Naruto had returned. She hadn't even bothered to check in at the front gate when she ran into the village. Luckily Shino stopped and explained the situation to her. However, Kiba and Akamaru were on her tail, jumping from rooftop to rooftop after her. Hinata, slow down, yelled Kiba. No, yelled Hinata back. Naruto-kun is back and I have to see him. But you have no idea where he is at? Are you going to search the entire village? Asked Kiba. If I need to, yelled Hinata as she turned on her Byakugan, searching the village for Naruto. Across town near the Hyuga district, Naruto, Sakura and Saito walked. Lucky few people we actually around the Hyuga district in the day. There were no shops or food stands, only houses, and people were at work, so the streets were empty. I can't believe that the Kyuubi would buy a house in the Leaf, said Sakura. He bought one in each of the major villages so that he could use them as spy houses, said Saito. Well, you can teleport almost anywhere, so why would you need a house? Asked Sakura. Because when we teleport in we have no idea who is around, we may be teleporting within sight of someone, said Saito as he looked at Sakura, and if they see us then the spy mission is useless, but with a house we have a fixed point in which we know the likelihood of anyone being there is down. Also you're already inside the village walls, said Naruto as he stopped and looked toward his right. What is it? Asked Sakura. A person is moving toward us at a high rate of speed, said Naruto as he sensed the incoming chakra. Suddenly Hinata jumped down from the rooftop. Crap, Hinata must have heard Naruto-kun is back, thought Sakura. There is no way we are going to let her take away Naruto-kun, snapped inner Sakura. No way in hell, added Sakura. Naruto-kun, said Hinata as she looked at Naruto. Hinata, said Naruto flatly as a panting Kiba finally caught up. Is there something you want? Well, Naruto-kun, stuttered Hinata as her knees started to shake. I wonder, if you would like to go out with me? Naruto just looked at her for a second as Hinata bit her lip, waiting for his answer. Sakura was also waiting for his answer. No, said Naruto flatly as Hinata's eyes widened and her heart broke into a million pieces. Naruto then turned away from her without a word. Stop, Naruto, ordered Kiba as Naruto turned and looked at him. Please don't tell me you're asking me out too, dog boy, asked Naruto. No, I don't roll that way, said Kiba, but at least explain to Hinata why you aren't going out with her. Fine, said Naruto. He still wasn't used to dealing with humans. Well, first off, I don't know her that well. Even when we were genin she didn't talk to me much if at all, and then I haven't seen her in years. You would go out with a total stranger? I guess not, said Kiba. As much as he hated seeing Hinata in pain, Naruto did have a point. But if I get to know you then maybe we can be together, asked Hinata. You will have to fight the pink-haired vixen for that spot, laughed Saito as Sakura glared at him and Hinata glared at Sakura. Crap, thought Kiba, just what we need, those two at each other's throats. Perfect, thought Saito, this will make my stay even more interesting, watching Sakura and this white-eyed vixen fight each other. Meanwhile at the Hokage's office, Shikamaru, Ino and Choji stood before Tsunade. What do you mean you ran into Sasuke? Asked Tsunade. What it means we ran into Sasuke, stated Ino as she remembered him. He looked so cold, and then those eyes, those dark eyes she thought was so cool when she was a kid, now looked like a soulless hole that lead only into unending darkness. And no sign of Orochimaru? Asked Shizen. No. The guy Sasuke was with said Sasuke had killed him, said Choji. Orochimaru is dead? Asked Tsunade. If you are to believe what he said Shikamaru. Could it be possible? Could Orochimaru really be dead? Thought Tsunade. Also there is something else, said Shikamaru as Tsunade looked at him. What is it? Asked Tsunade. Sasuke's Sharingan is different, said Shikamaru. How? It is black with white comas instead of our red with black, said Shikamaru, and it's powerful. Could Sasuke have the mango Sharingan? Asked Shizen. Maybe, but why would it change colors? Asked Tsunade. Maybe an experiment by Orochimaru, said Shizen. No, said Tsunade, Orochimaru would never experiment on his future body. Then how do you explain his eyes? Asked Shizen. I can't, said Tsunade. Are you going to tell Naruto and the others? Asked Shizen. Do we have any ideas where he is? Asked Tsunade. No, said Shizen. Then no, Naruto just got back, he needs time to reconnect, said Tsunade. I will not send him out unless it is needed. Naruto is back? Asked Ino. Yeah, said Tsunade, he is back. Hundreds of miles away in the Badlands in Earth Country, Sasuke, Karen and Suigetsu walked toward the northern base. So what did they even do at this base? Asked Suigetsu. The human experiments, answered Karen as suddenly Sasuke stopped in his tracks. What is it? The guard tower is empty, stated Sasuke as Karen's eyes widened. Is that bad? Asked Suigetsu. Imagine a base full of monsters all on the loose, said Karen. If they heard that Orochimaru died, then they may have rioted and taken over the base. Riot or not, we move forward, ordered Sasuke as he moved toward the base, only to come face to face with a large group of monster-looking people. Their skin was dark red or brown and had extra limbs or spikes on their bodies. What the hell are those things? Asked Suigetsu. Curse Seal Level 2. Stated Karen. The prisoners must have taken over the base. Karen, is Yugo in the group? Asked Sasuke as Karen closed her eyes. A second later she opened her eyes again. No, said Karen. Then clean them out, said Sasuke. Do you want us not to kill them? Asked Suigetsu. He pulled his sword. Do as your wish, said Sasuke as his snake sword came out. Back in the leaf, Naruto entered his house with Sakura behind. To her surprise, it was fully furnished. Let me guess, you have been using this place as a base? Asked Sakura. How do you think Katara and I got into the village in the first place? Said Saito. I am going to go train, said Naruto as he tossed his coat onto a chair. Naruto-kun, you just got back, you can take a break and go walk around the village, said Sakura as Naruto turned and looked at her. And where would I go? The villagers would attack me, and likely you, just for being beside me. And I don't want to keep scaring the crap out of the villagers no matter how much fun it is, said Naruto. No, give them time to get used to the idea that I am around, and then I can go out. As much as Sakura hated to admit it, Naruto was right. Okay, I'll go out and get the rest of our friends, have a housewarming party for you, said Sakura. Works for me, said Naruto. Just make sure you inform that white-eyed vixen, Hinata was it? Asked Saito with a grin. Don't worry, I'll invite her, said Sakura as she walked out cursing under her breath. Why do you have to be so against Sakura? Asked Naruto. I am not against her, said Saito, however I think you're letting her win a bit too easy. What can I say? I like her, maybe even love her, said Naruto. No, you love her, said Saito as Naruto looked at her. However, part of the fun is in the hunt. In its human words, it's called playing hard to get, said Naruto. I like our term better, the hunt, said Saito. Meanwhile, back with Sasuke, another level 2 fell to his blade. I found them, said Karen as she held out the jail keys. Let's get him, I want to find out why our leader is gathering us, said Suigetsu. Karen, where is he? Asked Sasuke as they began walking down the hallway. Why are you ordering me around? Asked Karen. Just do it, stated Suigetsu. Fine, said Karen as she closed her eyes, that way. They started walking down the hallway with Suigetsu in the lead. Suddenly Karen stopped Sasuke and let Suigetsu walk down the hallway. What is it? Asked Sasuke. It's actually this way, said Karen as she pointed down a different hallway. Why did you lie to Suigetsu? Asked Sasuke. Because she hates him, said Bilal as appeared out of nowhere. Part of the benefit about being a demon snake scout was this ability to turn invisible. This allowed him to just hang around without interacting with the humans. Also he has a big mouth, stated Karen as she dragged Sasuke down the hallway. It only took a few moments to reach a large door covered with chains and 4 different locks. I'll open it, said Karen as she opened the locks. However, a moment before she opened the door, Sasuke grabbed the handle. Stay back, ordered Sasuke as he slowly opened the door. The moment he did, a large orange-haired man charged forward. As he charged forward, his arm and part of his face turned dark brown with spikes. Die, yelled the man as he slammed Sasuke into the wall. Sasuke, yelled Karen as the orange man laughed. You die, laughed the man. No you didn't, kill me Yugo, said Sasuke as he began pushing back on Yugo's attack. Juno was surprised to see Sasuke's arm was covered with dark purple, almost black scales. So another copy of me, laughed Yugo. No, not a copy, this is the power of the snake seal, stated Bilal as he slithered around Sasuke's neck. I didn't come to fight you Yugo, stated Sasuke, I came to get you out of here. Ah, I can't leave, only Kimimaro could contain the animal within me, said Yugo. We can allow you to leave, the demons, I can contain any demons within a human, said Bilal as Karen and Suigetsu looked at the snake around Sasuke's neck. Demon? Asked Karen. Did you think I was a normal snake? Hissed Bilal. No, I am a demon snake, and Sasuke severs my father, the lord of all demon snakes. Sasuke? Asked Suigetsu. Yes, it's true, said Sasuke as his ARM turned back to normal. I learned that my old teammate Naruto Uzumaki has been trained by the Kyuubi. The 9-tailed fox, that Kyuubi? Asked Karen. Correct, he is the enemy of my father, said Bilal, and soon the demons will go to war and Sasuke will be our tool against Naruto. I never expected you to be used, Sasuke, asked Suigetsu. I am not, I will get what I want out of this deal, said Sasuke, I will kill my brother. And what are we for? Asked Suigetsu. My team, if you are judged worthy of signing into the demon summoning pack, said Sasuke. I grow tired of this, said Bilal as his eyes glowed as the room went totally black. What the? Asked Yugo as he looked around as the scene changed to a courtyard covered with stone snakes. Welcome to the demon world, said Bilal. Back in the human world, Sakura was shopping. She had quickly told everyone about where a housewarming party for Naruto. She had stopped at Naruto's and looked at the food supply. No surprise, being a base for foxes, it was mostly stocked with meat and next to no vegetables. So she had taken upon herself to get something other than meat for people to eat. It was important now because Ino was on yet another one of her diets, which meant she wasn't going to touch anything above a small salad. Sakura, said a voice that Sakura knew all too well. Mom? Asked Sakura as she turned around and smiled at her mom. What are you doing? Asked Rin Haruno. I am doing some shopping for Naruto since no one else would, explained Sakura as Rin's eyes narrowed. Sakura, I forbid you from talking or hanging out with that demon child, ordered Rin. No, said Sakura as Rin's eyes widened. What did you say? Asked Rin, surprised at her daughter's actions. Sakura, like most teens, stood up to her every once in a while, but whenever she ordered something, Sakura had known to follow her orders. No, said Sakura again, Naruto-kun is my friend and my teammate. He is cause for the death of your father, stated Rin. No, that was the Kyuubi, not Naruto, said Sakura. He was just a baby when the Kyuubi attacked our village. How can he be blamed for that? The demon has corrupted him, yelled Rin. How can you know? You don't even know him, yelled Sakura back. Because he has corrupted you as well, snapped Rin back before both of them stormed off. Miles away, Haiden and Kakuzu entered the land of fire. So Kakuzu, how do we tell the leaf that we are here? I don't really want to walk all the way to that village," said Haiden as his three-bladed scythe hung over his shoulder. "Stop complaining," ordered Kakuzu. "The ninja left 5 minutes ago, and if that ninja has any speed then they should hear about us by supper time." "I see," said Haiden. "I can't wait to send another soul to Jashin, I haven't done it so long." "Just wait, they will send a team," said Kakuzu, "hopefully someone with a bounty on their heads so I can make some money." "Money, is that all that matters to you?" asked Haiden. "Haiden, I don't feel like talking about it, and killing you would be pointless, so leave it alone," ordered Kakuzu. "Very well, I need to pray to Jashin for success in the coming battle," said Haiden as the two of them kept walking, all the while Zetsu hid in the shadows waiting to study the battle to come. Back in the leaf, Naruto sat on the couch in the living room just waiting. He didn't really want to do this party thing, but here he was sitting down with a room full of people all asking him questions. "Naruto," said Ino as Naruto looked at Ino. She was dressed in a purple top and a purple skirt that showed off a lot of her midriff. "What?" asked Naruto. "I asked you a question," said Ino. "What is it?" asked Naruto. "She asked what it was like living with demons," said Shikamaru as he Saturday. "Fine," said Naruto, "in fact it was better than being here." "Fine, that is all you have to say?" asked Ino. "Don't even try to get even more out of him, piggy," said Sakura as Ino grinned. "So forehead, has you and Naruto gotten close?" asked Ino as Sakura blushed a bit as she looked at Naruto. "I'll take that as a yes." "No!" yelled Lee as he jumped toward Naruto in a stance. "Lee, what are you doing?" asked Niji as he and Tenten stood near the back of the room. "I am fighting for the youthful love, the most youthful woman in this entire village," yelled Lee as he gave a thumbs up. "Sakura Haruno." "Lee," said Sakura as she rubbed her temples. "So Naruto, will you fight to be the lover of Sakura-chan?" demanded Lee as Naruto just sat there until he slowly sat up. "Alright," said Naruto as he looked toward the training field. "Great, just great, I wanted this to be a friendly get-together, but now it has turned into a battle," thought Sakura. "But Naruto-kun is going to fight for us," said inner Sakura. "Isn't that romantic?" "A little," said Sakura, "but what if he loses?" Meanwhile, across town, Rin Haruno was currently in her daughter's room shoving things into a bag. "What are you doing, Rin?" said a voice as Rin turned around and saw none other than the fifth Hokage Tsunade standing by the open window. "If that demon lover wants to be with that demon, then she will not live here," stated Rin as she tossed some more of Sakura's old cloths in the bag. "This isn't like you, Rin, you would never throw your own daughter out," said Tsunade to her old friend. "You don't understand, Lady Tsunade, you were away when the Kyuubi attack," said Rin. "You didn't see that demon fox march through the village, destroying entire buildings with a move of his tail." "No, I wouldn't, but I did serve in the war, I saw things just like that," said Tsunade. "You're a ninja, I am a villager, I am not used to that," cried Rin as she remembered the fires in the sky. She had been one of the last villagers to make it into the bunker. She saw the outline of the Kyuubi through the flames, and that image still haunts her to this day. "When I came out of the bunker, not only did I lose my husband and most of my clan, but most of my friends. Everyone lost a lot that day," said Tsunade. "I can't stand the sight of Naruto, he is a demon though," said Rin with venom in her voice. For once Tsunade didn't punch or scream at someone. Calling Naruto a demon, that wouldn't help. "And he has corrupted my daughter, I lost her and I am letting her go." "Naruto isn't a demon," said Tsunade. "Yes, he is. He took away all my close friends," cried Rin. "My husband Kane, his best friend Minato, and mine Kushina. He killed them all, including Kushina's child. I never got to meet my godchild." Flashback 17 years ago. "I can't believe you're pregnant," said Rin to her best friend Kushina Uzumaki. The two of them had met just after Kushina came to the leaf after the destruction of the Whirlpool village. "Yeah," said Kushina as she looked down at her still flat stomach. "So who is the father?" asked Rin. "I can't say," said Kushina. "Come on, we are friends here," said Rin, knowing that because of the war, couples were keeping it secret because they didn't want their loves one being attacked because of them. "Sorry, I can't," said Kushina. "Alright," said Rin. Rin, I do want you to be the child's godmother, said Kushina as Rin smiled. Of course, said Rin happily as she felt her own child kick within her. Looks like my little girl is happy too. So have you and Kane thought of a name yet? Asked Kushina. No. Said Rin, we just found out we were having a girl last week. Why not Sakura? Asked Kushina. Sakura? Asked Rin as she thought about it. Yeah, Sakura Haruno, thanks Kushina. That's what a godmother for anyway, said Kushina with a huge smile of her own. End flashback. You have met your godson, said Tsunade as Rin's eyes shot up. What? Asked a confused Rin. Kushina died the night of the Kyuubi attack, but not at the hand of the Kyuubi. She died bringing her son into the world, said Tsunade. Naruto. No, he looks nothing like Kushina, stated Rin as she remembered seeing Naruto with wild blonde hair, not a trace of red of Kushina's or anything other features, and Uzumaki is a common name in Whirlpool Country. There were dozens of orphans in the leaf when the attack happened. True, he doesn't look like his mother, but then Sakura looks next to nothing like her father Kane, said Tsunade. Naruto looks like his father, Minato. What? Asked Rin. Naruto father is Minato Namikaze, your husband's best friend. His mother is Kushina Uzumaki Namikaze, your best friend, said Tsunade as Rin sat down on her daughter's bed. Minato was hated by the Rock Village. They would have hunted down anyone related or in a relationship with him, said Rin. They still would, said Tsunade, that is why we never told the villagers about Naruto's true parents. Minato sealed the Kyuubi in his own son, asked Rin. Minato couldn't ask some other parent to do what he wouldn't do himself, said Tsunade. Sounds like Minato, said Rin. So Naruto is really the son of Minato and Kushina and my own godson? Yeah, said Tsunade, but Rin, do you really think Minato would have risked sealing the power of the fox inside his own son if there was a chance it would hurt him? No, he wouldn't, said Rin. Now my question is, the Kyuubi never came, would you be upset with Sakura for hanging out with the son of your two best friends? Asked Tsunade. No, I would be happy with it, said Rin as she picked up Sakura's cloths and put them back on the hanger. As she looked back on the few times she saw Naruto as a kid, he did look just like Minato when they were playing neighbor games a kid. Kane Haruno. Minato Namikaze and herself were the best of friends as a kids, and then Kushina came into the village when they were 16 and quickly joined their group. What if Sakura started dating Minato's and Kushina's son? Would you be upset? Asked Tsunade as Rin shook her head with tears in her eyes as she remembered all the things she did to him. Kushina and I joked about that when she found out she was having a boy, said Rin with a laugh. I really believed that would happen back then. It is still possible, said Tsunade as Rin looked at Tsunade. Naruto is still alive and it seems that Sakura is falling for Naruto and Naruto for her. Does he know? Asked Rin. Does Naruto know the truth? No, and neither do you, said Tsunade as Rin looked at her. Minato left instructions that Naruto would be treated as a hero for containing the Kyuubi. That didn't happen, said Rin, knowing she was guilty for some of the actions against him. I know. But the second part was that Naruto would learn about his heritage on his 17th birthday or he became a Jonin, said Tsunade. Why? Asked Rin. Why wait that long? Because if the council knew, then they would try and get to him and try to get him to vote their way, said Tsunade, and according to council law a member has to be at least 17 or a Jonin. I see, said Rin. Are you still going to throw Sakura out? Asked Tsunade. No. I am still not totally sure that the time with the Kyuubi hasn't had an effect on him, but I will give him a chance for Minato's and Kushina's shake, said Rin. That is all I can ask, said Tsunade. Now I better get back to the office. Back in a small training field, Lee stood ready as Naruto stood across from him with his arms crossed. Are you ready to do battle for the love of Sakura-chan? Asked Lee. Don't you remember when I kicked your ass before? Asked Naruto. I wasn't ready then, explained Lee. Fine, said Naruto as he just stood there. Are you coming? Aren't you getting into a stance? Asked Lee. Don't really need to, said Naruto as Lee just looked at him. Come on Lee, beat Naruto-kun so that I can have him, prayed Hinata as she glared at Sakura. Come on Naruto, kick that big mouth idiot into next week. thought Sakura. Alright Naruto, here I come, said Lee as he sprint forward and went to deliver a roundhouse kick to Naruto's face only to have Naruto raise his arm and block the attack. Lee then began a full assault as he punched and kicked at Naruto. However, he blocked or dodged every attack with ease. Lee then jumped back as he looked at Naruto. You have gotten better Naruto, said Lee. You done? Asked Naruto as Lee's eyes narrowed. Looks like I will have to go full out, said Lee as he reached down and removed his leg weights. He charged again, this time faster than anything any of the Rookie 12 had ever seen. However, Naruto dodged it with ease. Once again Lee unleashed a barrage of attacks, but once again Naruto blocked his attack. Come on, fight me, or are you not going to fight for Sakura-chan's love? Asked Lee as suddenly Naruto punched Lee in the face, sending him flying back into the wall. You done, Lee? Asked Naruto as Lee struggled to get back up only to fall to his knees. Never, I will never give up on my love for Sakura-chan, said Lee. Well then I guess I will have to kill you, said Naruto as his eyes turned red with silts. Everyone's eyes widened. That will be the only way I would stop, said Lee as he got to his feet. Too bad I am not fighting for Sakura's love, said Naruto as Sakura's heart began breaking as Hinata's began to rise. I am fighting this for something different. What is that? Asked Lee. Sakura's right to choice who she gives her heart to, said Naruto as Lee looked at him. Lee, you fought to take Sakura for yourself, but you forgot the fact that Sakura is a person and has the right to choice. She isn't something that can be won on a battlefield. But Sakura-chan needs the best and I have to prove myself by defeating everyone, said Lee. Agreed, Sakura-chan or any woman deserves the best, but it is up to them to choose who they want, said Naruto, and we decide if we want to be with them too. Okay. Naruto pretty much said what I told him earlier, that I get to choose who I want to love. No one choice for me, thought Sakura. And we love him, said inner Sakura as Sakura smiled in agreement. Well said Naruto, said a voice as Naruto and everyone else looked toward the roof where a large white fox sat. Oh God, said Saito, why did you have to come? Are you upset to see your future mate? Saito, said Katara as she disappeared in a gust of wind only to reappear in another gust of wind on the ground. Besides, it is boring around the palace without you to drive up the wall. I can't get rid of you, can I? Grounded Saito as Katara placed a tail on Lee as he was engulfed in healing chakra. No, said Katara as she looked around. Another reason I came is because I wanted to get to know the humans that Naruto talked about during his time with us. So why don't we all go inside? Later that night Tsunade lied in her bed at the Hokage mansion, when suddenly the door to her bedroom came crashing down. Even in her sleep Tsunade acted with speed that surprised everyone as she sent the kunai she kept under her pillow flying. Lady Tsunade, said Shizun as she looked at the kunai that missed her head by inches. You better have a good reason for waking me up, said Tsunade. A scout has reported back. 2 members of the Akatsuki is heading this way, said Shizun. The work of the Hokage is never done, thought Tsunade as she sat up and looked at Shizun. Alright, send a massager to Naruto and tell him to meet me in the office now, said Tsunade. The sun wasn't up yet and yet Naruto stood in front of Tsunade's desk waiting for the old hag to come in. He stood there with his arms crossed as finally Tsunade finally came in. What took you so long? Asked Naruto as Tsunade walked around her desk and sat down. Not all of us are so wide awake in the morning, Naruto, said Tsunade as she glared at Naruto. This isn't going everywhere, said Saito, we need to get the Akatsuki. Very well, said Tsunade as she looked down at the report. 2 members of the Akatsuki were spotted near a village by Lightning Country. Any discretion? Asked Naruto. Only that one has a large 3-bladed scythe, said Tsunade. Hiden, said Naruto, it must be Hiden, and if he is there, then Kakuzu is there too, said Saito. Who are those 2? Asked Tsunade. Trouble, said Naruto as he started thinking, I need a team to take this 2 down. Wanting a team? I thought you had become a lone wolf, Naruto, asked Tsunade. Fox not wolf, said Naruto, and sometimes a team is useful. I am not the best when it comes to finding a target. Who do you have in mind? Asked Tsunade. Hinata and Kiba, they are a good search team, yes? Asked Naruto. The best, said Tsunade, and if you want the best medic you need Sakura. C was next on my list, said Naruto. I suggest Kakashi to help with combat, said Tsunade. Very well, said Naruto, can you send them messages and tell them to meet by the main gate by sunrise? That soon? Asked Tsunade. I want to get rid of the Akatsuki, said Naruto. Meanwhile in the demon world Sasuke stood before Sheamus in the throne room of the snakes. Are the humans resting? Asked Sheamus. Yes, and once your fellow lords appear you can decide who gets which summons, said Sasuke. I want to know who are you thinks get which one gets the summoning contract, asked Sheamus. Like I care which one get which, said Sasuke. I want to see your line of thinking, said Sheamus. Fine, said Sasuke, Suigetsu will be shark. As for the other two it could be anything but I would bet on Karen wanting to be snake. Why? Asked Sheamus. Because she wants to be with Sasuke, answered Bilal, and she will do anything to make that happen. Is she worthy of us? Asked Sheamus. Combat-wise, no, said Bilal, however she has a very talented in sensing chakra, better than most of us. Interesting, said Sheamus. Her job in my group is not combat, instead I want her to find the enemy and guild us to battle, said Sasuke. Also it would be extremely hard for her to be snuck up on. That is interesting, I will have to study her myself, said Sheamus. Hours later Naruto jumped from tree branch to tree branch with Saito at his side, behind him on either side was Sakura and Hinata. In front were Kiba and Akamaru sniffing the air trying to find any strange scents. Behind them all was Kakashi and Katara being up the rear. Why do we have to follow the lead of some dog? Asked Saito. I could just call some of our scouts. They don't know the land, said Naruto. Hinata, do you see anything? Nothing yet, Naruto-kun, said Hinata as she scanned the area with her Byakugan. Naruto-kun is spending more time with Hinata. Thought inner Sakura, are you worried? Yes, but at the moment Hinata is the best at recon, said Sakura. I will worry if they hang out after this. Stop, ordered Hinata as everyone came to a stop. Do you see them? Asked Naruto. Yes, but they're two, said Hinata. Why, they are heading toward the leaf, said Sakura. They are trying to test Naruto and find out how strong he is and if possible find a way to get Lord Kyuubi, answered Katara. So they want to test me, said Naruto with a smile. What are you smiling about? Asked Kiba. Hinata, how far are they? Asked Naruto. 1 kilometer to the northwest, said Hinata. Okay, said Naruto as he walked up to Hinata and placed his arm on his shoulder. Suddenly Hinata was engulfed in chakra. Stay perfectly still. What are you doing? Asked Kiba. Naruto is channeling his chakra so that he can see what Hinata is seeing, said Saito. Is that possible? Asked Kiba. Our lion allies have ability like the Byakugan, explained Saito as Naruto smiled. They are the perfect spot, said Naruto as the red chakra disappeared from around Hinata's body. Oh no, you're not thinking what I think you're thinking, said Katara as suddenly Naruto jumped up so high he cleared the tree tops. What is he doing? Asked Sakura. Something stupid, said Saito. Crap, is Saito says it is stupid then it has to be stupid, thought Sakura as Naruto ran through hand signs. Wind-style air bullet, yelled Naruto as he aimed his Jutsu at the ground. That sent him flying high into the sky. Naruto, yelled Sakura before whipping around to face Saito. What is he doing? One of his crazy ideas, the northern wind Jutsu, said Saito as most people looked at him. See, most people don't look up, so he will attack from above, using gravity to increase his speed and the wind to increase his power. What? Asked Hinata. Naruto has wind-style chakra and using the natural high winds that flow overhead they can do a sword slash that can cut through anything, said Saito. However, last time he tried that he broke both his legs, said Katara, and if he misses then he will be right in front of 2 of the strongest members of the Akatsuki. We have to hurry, if he misses then we need to save him, said Sakura as she took off running. Meanwhile, high above the Naruto burst through a low-lying cloud, the wind pushing back on his hair. Naruto closed his eyes, not due to the force of the wind but in pure joy. He had only done this just 2 times before, and this wonderful feeling of flight. He felt so at peace. However, he had work to do. He ran through hand signs as he reached his max height and he started to fall. However, as he started to fall he flipped his body over, letting his sword get pulled out by gravity. So Kakuzu, how much longer does it take for them to attack us? Complained Haiden. It all depends on how fast that scout is, said Kakuzu, unaware of what was above him. High above, Naruto had just finished running through hand signs as he reached his top speed. I hope I aimed right, said Naruto as he came out of the cloud and grabbed his sword, which turned bright red the moment he touched it. I am just getting so bored with all this walking, said Haiden as he turned around to look at Kakuzu. However, the moment he did, a dark shadow appeared behind Kakuzu. For a moment nothing happened, and suddenly Haiden's eyes widened as a sword ran clean through Kakuzu. The sword started at Kakuzu's right shoulder before exiting out his left hip. Kakuzu, yelled Haiden as Kakuzu fell in 2 pieces. Shut up, Haiden, said Kakuzu as strings shot out of every side of his body and pulled his body back together. Now it seems that we have an enemy, said Kakuzu as he turned to see a grinning Naruto. No, because you're dead, said Naruto. You can't kill me, boy, said Kakuzu. Don't bother explaining your 5 hearts because it doesn't matter with the justu I just did on you, said Naruto as suddenly some blood came out of Kakuzu's nose. What did you do? Asked Kakuzu. Simply put, said Naruto as he pulled his sword back, showing a pure white string that ran from the sword into Kakuzu's body. I am taking your soul. What, how? Asked Kakuzu. Death God summoning pack, your soul is mine now, said Naruto as he moved his sword just a little bit more, pulling the sword out of the Kakuzu's body before sealing it inside a scroll on his belt. Kakuzu, said Haiden, stunned to see his teammate dead from just on attack. I will make your death even more painful for this. You're next, Haiden, said Naruto as he pointed his sword at the Jashin follower. Ah, you godless heathen, I am a follower of Lord Jashin. Laughed Haiden, I am immortal. Tell me, in Jashin is the gatekeeper between the living world and the world of the dead? Asked Naruto as he stepped over Kakuzu's body. Yes, he is a god, said Haiden, and as long as serve him I will be fine. No, you won't, because I hold the death god summoning pack, said Naruto with a grin as Haiden's eyes widened. You know what that means, don't you, Haiden? Yes, any true follower of Jashin know about that summoning pack, said Haiden. How could a godless Hyzes have the highest summoning pack in my faith, one that not even I have? Because unlike you I meet the death god, said Naruto, and he is above Jashin, which means I can steal your soul, killing you. Then I will just have to kill you first, said Haiden as he sent his scythe forward toward Naruto, jumped over the scythe with easy, then in one move he cut the cord that allowed Haiden to bring his scythe back. Haiden, you are outmatched, and for once your immortality means nothing, said Naruto. A short distance away, Sakura and the others were running as fast as possible toward the battle site. Please be alright, Naruto-kun, thought Sakura as the sound of a loud explosion filled the air. They had to raise their hands to cover their eyes as pieces or bark from the tree and dirt filled the air. What is going on? Asked Kiba. Naruto must be doing battle with the Akatsuki, said Saito as he used one of his 3 tails to shield his eyes as he kept moving forward. It took only a few more moments to reach what was left of the battle site. A silvered hair man holding a 3-bladed scythe was torn to pieces, his body parts all over the place. Naruto-kun won, said Hinata happily. I wouldn't be so sure, said Katara as suddenly the decapitated head of the silver hair man started speaking. You son of a bitch, yelled Haiden, that fucking hurt. How in the world is he still talking? Asked Kiba as Naruto walked over to Haiden's face, hovering the sword blade over Haiden's face. Your immortality means nothing to me, said Naruto. How did you shred my body so fast? Asked Haiden as Naruto grinned. A Rasengan powered when I was partly in Sage mode. Haiden, now it is time to meet your maker, said Naruto as he stabbed Haiden in the face. Naruto formed a hand sign as the sword turned red and Haiden's soul was sealed away. When he was done, Naruto fell to the ground breathing heavily. Naruto, yelled Sakura as she rushed to his side. I am alright, said Naruto as he looked at Sakura. How did you beat them so quickly? Asked Kakashi. Sage mode, answered Naruto, I got out of it right before you arrived, but it still takes a lot out of me. Father said the more you use it the easier it will for you to use it, said Saito. Now that you're alright. What the hell were you thinking? You could have been killed, yelled Sakura as the top of her lungs. Interesting, very interesting, Justu, thought Zetsu as the spy for the Akatsuki disappeared into a tree. Later that night, back in the leaf, Katara was sound asleep using a side room as her bedroom. However, she awoke in the middle of the night and decided to go see Saito. Even though Saito may not admit it, she knew he loved her and she knew she loved him. True, she loved to yank his tail, but she loved watching him sleep more. Saito the strong fox, never letting anyone in, looked like a pup when he slept, and even better was the time he said her name in his sleep. Maybe Saito will say my name in his sleep again, thought Katara as she entered Saito's room only to find him gone. Okay, where is he? Maybe with Naruto? Katara then walked over to Naruto's bedroom only to find Naruto gone along with his weapons. Okay, Naruto and Saito are gone, this can't be good, said Katara. Saito, said Naruto as he stood in the middle of a large clearing in even larger woods far outside the Hidden Leaf Village. Yes, said Saito. Make sure to stay out of this is my revenge, said Naruto. I will, said Saito, also I will keep others away from the battle. Thank you, said Naruto as he pulled his sword out and stuck it into the ground and ran those hand signs. Slowly a dark cloud came out of the forest as a dark figure appeared. It was Tob, the bookkeeper of the dead. He floated up to Naruto, stopping just in front of him. Hello Naruto, why have you called me? Asked Todd. Remember the deal we made when I signed your master's contract? Asked Naruto. Ah, yes, said Todd, do you have what is needed? Yes, and more, said Naruto as he pulled out 3 scrolls as a ghostly image of Haiden and Kakuzu, 2 souls who have long hidden from your master, and another strong soul. Ah, yes, these 2 have been wanted for a long time, said Toby as he looked at Haiden and Kakuzu's souls. So do we have a deal? Asked Naruto. My master will never let this soul go forever, however he will loan it out to you for 60 minutes and in that time you can do whatever you wish, said Todd. An hour, all I need, said Naruto as he pulled his sword out of the ground. So you are going to kill him, no? Asked Todd. Yes, he is the one who started it all and I will have my revenge, but why does it matter to you? Asked Naruto. It doesn't, said Todd as he took the souls and disappeared. However, a small white cloud remained. Out of the cloud a figure appeared. He was a tall man with a green Jonin jacket with blue pants on. He had on a white coat with red flames along the bottom. He looked around the area confused at what was going on. His blonde hair moved wildly in the night air. His blue eyes shinned from under his leaf headband. What the? Asked the man as Naruto tossed a bag full of gear at the feet of the man. Pick it up, ordered Naruto as the man bent down and opened the bag. He picked up a kunai with 3 prongs on it. I took it from the Hokage's archives, it is yours, right? Yeah, said the man as he looked up at Naruto. Who are you? Asked the man already knowing the answer. I am the baby you sealed a demon into Minato Namikaze. Snapped Naruto. I figured, said Minato sadly. And I will get payback for the 16 years of pain I went through because you sealed him in me, snapped Naruto, I will kill you. Listen Naruto, I am sorry I put the Kyuubi in you but, started Minato. Shut up and pick up your weapons, ordered Naruto as Minato smiled a bit. Why are you smiling? Nothing, said Minato as he looked at Naruto before picking up his weapons. He may look like me but he has his mother's personality and from the looks in his eyes he needs to work though some pain. So tell me, how long have I been dead? Asked Minato. 16 years. snapped Naruto. So he doesn't know, thought Minato as he put all his weapons into their spots. I went through 12 years of hell as people beat me up and tried to kill me because of the demon you put in me, said Naruto as he pointed at the fourth Hokage with his sword. I used to look up to you before I knew what you did to me. 12 But I died 16 years ago, asked Minato. I freed myself from the curse you put on me, snapped Naruto. I now have the demon fox summoning pack, but that doesn't change what you did to me. No it doesn't, said Minato. I may hate the villagers for what they did, but you started it all, and since you're already dead, if I kill you it doesn't matter, said Naruto. Now shut up and fight. Back in the leaf, Sakura was asleep in her bed, her arms wrapped around her pillow. Naruto-kun, said Sakura in her sleep as suddenly she was shook awake. Sakura, said Katara as she shook Sakura's shoulder. What is it? Asked Sakura as she sat up in her bed and rubbed her eyes. Naruto and Saito are gone, stated Katara as Sakura's eyes widened as sleep left her. What do you mean gone? Asked Sakura. As in he isn't in his bed and his scent leads out of your village from the main gate, said Katara. Also his weapons are gone, he is going to fight someone. What, we have to find him, said Sakura as she jumped out of her bed. Yeah, but maybe you want to put on some cloths unless you want Naruto to see you in your underwear, said Katara as Sakura looked down at herself only to see she had fallen asleep in a red bra and bottom. Instantly she blushed as she started putting on her clothes. Then again, it may get Naruto to come home faster. Get Lady Tsunade and tell her, then meet me at main gate in under 5 minutes, ordered Sakura as Katara took off. Why did you do it? Asked Naruto as he charged forward with his sword. His sword clashed against Minato's kunai as their blue's eyes meet. Why me? Why did you choose me? I had no choice, said Minato as he jumped back onto a tree branch and formed a hang sign before stopping. Lightning style thunderbolt Justu. With that, Minato sent 5 bolts of lightning bolts at Naturo, who ran though hand signs to. Wind style air bullet, said Naruto as a mini tornado of wind shot forward, knocking the lighting off track. Wind style chakra, just like his mother, thought Minato with a smile as suddenly Naruto disappeared into nothingness. It took less than half a second for Minato to find Naruto again. However, when he did, he barely had time to duck before Naruto's sword struck where his head used to be. While Naruto's sword was passing though the tree trunk, Minato went to cut Naruto's feet from under him. However, Naruto jumped over the 4th kick. Minato jumped over to another tree branch. Did you not think I didn't study you? Asked Naruto. I knew your lightning style and your thunder god technique. You should have studied it more, said Minato as he disappeared in a yellow flash and appeared behind Naruto with a kunai in hand. He instantly grabbed Naruto's hand, placed a kunai up to his neck. Are you done trying to kill me? So maybe I can explain some things. There is nothing that needs to be explained, said Naruto as he disappeared in a puff of smoke. Shadow clone, I should have known, said Minato as he looked across the clearing to see Naruto standing in a tree. Yes, you should have, said Naruto. Maybe I am just rusty, said Minato as he took off his white and red jacket and tossed it aside, to stand before Naruto in only a green Jonin jacket and his blue pants. The yellow flash never gets rusty, said Naruto with a grin as he tossed his jacket aside. You must have a nickname yourself, asked Minato. I am called the Black Fox, said Naruto with a slight smile before snapping back to reality. Stop trying to be friends with me. Naruto, listen. I didn't want to seal the Kyuubi within you, but I had no choice, said Minato. No choice, that is your excuse, yelled Naruto as his eyes burned with pure hate. You ripped me away from my parents and then sealed a demon in me. I never had a family because of you. Let me explain, said Minato. No, said Naruto as he formed a Rasengan in his hand. He even knows the Rasengan, thought Minato with some pride as he lowered his head and started to form a Rasengan of his own. Rasengan, yelled both Naruto and Minato as they charged across the battlefield. Miles away, Sakura, Tsunade and Katara ran as fast as possible down the road. Where are you, Naruto-kun, thought Sakura as she increased her speed more. Katara, do you have his scent? Asked Sakura. Yeah, He is near, said Katara as she increased her speed even more. More than a few steps behind Sakura and Katara. Tsunade was stunned to see how fast they were moving. Sakura really loves Naruto, thought Tsunade as she saw the fire in Sakura's eyes. Suddenly out of nowhere a fireball crossed their path, causing them to stop in their tracks. Saito, said Katara as she looked to woods by the side of the woods. In the darkness was an even darker Saito. I can't let you pass, said Saito as the three women looked at him. Where is Naruto-kun? Demanded Sakura. He is up ahead and he doesn't want anyone to bother him. Not until it is over, said Saito. What is over? Asked Sakura as a flash of light appeared, followed by a loud explosion filled the air just ahead of them. Naruto's battle with the person who started it all, said Saito as another explosion happened. Who started it all? Asked Sakura, confused as she looked at Tsunade. Minato Namikaze, said Tsunade. Naruto is fighting Minato Namikaze, isn't he? Correct, said Saito. Naruto can't bring himself to hurt the villagers for years of pain, but it was Minato Namikaze who took Naruto away from his parents and sealed my father in him. Seems like a good target for Naruto's rage. Naruto would never want revenge, he is a good man, stated Sakura. When you push someone to their limit they are capable of anything, said Saito, and Minato pushed Naruto to his limit when he sealed the Kyuubi in him, and now Naruto is getting payback and I am getting payback for him taking away my father for 12 years. Revenge is against our code, stated Katara. Yes, that is why Naruto is fighting this battle without any of our demon chakra or me, said Saito. It is human versus human and anything goes. Saito, you don't understand, stated Tsunade. Oh, I understand fine, Lady Hokage. Naruto is taking revenge on the man who took away his family, said Saito. No, Minato is Naruto's family, said Tsunade as everyone's eyes became as widened as dinner plates. What? Asked Sakura. Minato Namikaze, the fourth Hokage, is related to Naruto-kun. He is his father, said Tsunade as even Saito's mouth dropped. Minato sealed the Kyuubi inside his own son, he couldn't ask anyone to give up their kid, he had to give up his own. His mother? Asked Katara. Kushina Uzumaki, or should I say Kushina Namikaze, they got married in secret because of the war, said Tsunade. Wait, Kushina Uzumaki was my mom's best friend and my godmother, said Sakura as Tsunade nodded. Yes, and your mom is really Naruto's godmother, said Tsunade as Sakura's eyes widened. Why doesn't Naruto know? Asked Katara. His father had a lot of enemies that would have wanted him dead, so he had to be hidden, explained Tsunade as another explosion happened. He was supposed to learn when he became a Jonin or 17. I think we need to tell him now, said Katara as Sakura nodded in agreement. Saito, let us pass. For a moment Saito didn't say anything as he looked toward the battlefield. Saito, yelled Katara. Go, said Saito simply as Sakura took off like a rocket. Meanwhile on the battlefield Naruto stood on the grassy field that was now full of small and large blast holes, blood running down his right arm as he looked at Minato, who like him wasn't in the best shape himself. Minato had a cut on his upper leg as blood ran down his pants. Why aren't you summoning your foxes, said Minato, you said you have their summoning pack. I am going to do this myself, said Naruto, and why are you holding back? The yellow flash is better than this. Maybe because I don't want to hurt you, but you're making that very hard, said Minato with a smile. Stop trying to be friends with me, you can never give me anything that would possibly make up for the pain I suffered, snapped Naruto. I know nothing I say or do will make up for what happened to you, said Minato. You don't know how painful it was for me to you. I fought every base instinct I had. Yeah, you knew it was going to be your end, snapped Naruto. You didn't care about me. I was just a tool you used for your own gain and then tossed aside. No, said Minato, I could never do that, Naruto. Shut up, yelled Naruto as he raised his sword and charged forward. This time Minato didn't move, he just closed his eyes and dropped his kunai. I love you, Naruto, whispered Minato to himself as he waited for the sword to go through his heart. A second later he felt the tip of the blade on his chest right above his heart. However, it never pierced his skin. He opened his eyes to see Naruto standing there waiting to push the sword though however he wasn't alone. There was a young woman about Naruto's age with a hand on his shoulder. She had on a red top and black shorts with a gray skirt over it. Her sea-green eyes looked so familiar. She had short pink hair. It was the pink hair that told him what he needed to know. Rin, thought Minato as he flashed back to what his best friend wife looked like when she was 16. Then he remembered being in the hospital. Flashback. She looks so beautiful, said Kane Haruno as he looked his newborn daughter on the other side of the window. She was sleeping in a pink blanket along with the other newborn members of the Leaf Village. Yes, she is, said Minato as he leaned against the wall looking at his new goddaughter. How is Rin doing? Good, said Kane as the new father ran his hands through his red hair, tired but good. She looks like her mother, stated Minato as he noticed the few strands of pink hair on top of Sakura's head. Yeah, and I wonder if Kushina's son will look like his father, said Kane with a wink as Minato glared at him. Kane had walked in on Minato and Kushina a while back. Oh, lighten up, Minato, I wish you would have just told me about your relationship with Kushina, instead of letting me find out by finding you two asleep in bed. And you could have waited till morning to tell me that Rin was pregnant, stated Minato, but no, you had to come over at 4 in the morning. I brought beer, said Kane as Minato shook his head at his best friend. I wish I could tell everyone, but it is still too much of a risk, said Minato sadly, after the baby is born. I don't want Kushina to try to raise our son alone, with me only able to help. The council will freak when they hear about this, said Kane. I know, said Minato as he crossed his arms, I want to see Haishi's face when he hears the news. Yeah, you really hate that guy, said Kane. Don't worry about my problems, said Minato as he looked at the sleeping Sakura Haruno, just look after your daughter and wife. I will, said Kane. End flashback. No, it's Sakura Rin's and Kane's daughter, thought Minato. Naruto-kun, stop, ordered Sakura. Sakura-chan, get out of here, ordered Naruto. Naruto-kun, please do not do this, said Sakura as used her hand and grabbed the handle of Naruto's sword. He started it all, he took away my family, and he took away my mother and father, stated Naruto. No, he didn't, said Sakura, he is your father. What? Asked Naruto as he looked at Sakura. Don't look at me, look at him, said Sakura as Naruto looked back to him. Is this true? Are you my father? Asked Naruto as Minato looked down. Yes, Naruto, I am your father, said Minato. Yes, Naruto, I am your father, said Minato, and I am so sorry for what I did to you. For a moment Naruto didn't know what to do, and then he dropped his sword and hugged his dad. Dad, cried Naruto, why didn't you tell me when you first came? Naruto, you may look like me but you are like your mom, said Minato, you needed strike back at who hurt you. Flashback. It had been 1 week after the fall of Whirlpool Country, one day after Kushina's arrival in the Leaf. A 16-year-old Kushina Uzumaki sat on the edge of a dock on a small lake. How are you doing, Kushina? Asked a 16-year-old Johnny Minato Namikaze to one of the few Whirlpool ninjas to escape the destruction of the Whirlpool village. Minato had become friends with Kushina when for his first mission as a genin they had to take part in a low-level meeting with the head of the Uzumaki clan. Kushina was waiting for them at the main gate to their clan compound. At that moment Minato started to fall for the red-haired young ninja. How do you think I am feeling? Asked Kushina. My village is gone, along with all my family members and friends. They all died at the hands of the rock ninjas. Yeah, it was the open blow for a war, said Minato. Your village is in a key spot to launch attacks into the Leaf. Yeah, said Kushina. Minato, I never said thank you for all your help during the attack. You allowed a lot of the villagers to make their way out of the village. If I had mastered my new jutsu, then maybe I could have stopped the village from falling, said Minato. No, said Kushina, we were under attack by 5 divisions, half the entire army of the rock village. You or anyone else could stop all of them. Well, the Hokage has offered you a shot in the ninja corps, said Minato as he held out a leaf headband. Thanks, said Kushina as she took the headband. Kushina, I am sorry for the loss of your parents and your brother, said Minato. I will get my payback against the man who killed my family, said Kushina as his eyes burned with hate. End flashback. Kushina was driven by hate for a while back then. She wasn't her normal happy self. Thought Minato, that was until that night. Flashback. It had been 6 months since the massacre of the Uzumaki clan in Whirlpool Country, and Minato and a small team was doing a deep strike on a rock village supply base. Kane to your left, ordered Minato as Kane Haruno threw a kunai, hitting a rock Chunin in the head. Where is Kushina? Asked Kane as Minato looked around the battlefield. Over 5 dozen rock ninjas lied dead or dying on the ground. Suddenly he spotted Kushina coming out of a rock command tent, with a blood-soaked kunai in her hand. Tears were running down her face as Minato saw who was in the tent. There in a pool of blood was the commander of the supply base. He had seen him before, outside the Uzumaki compound as he burned it down with Kushina's family in it. Kushina? Asked Minato. It's done, said Kushina before whispering, it's finally done, Minato-kun. End flashback. She need to get revenge on those who had killed her family, thought Minato. She returned to normal after that. My mom? Who is my mom? Asked Naruto as his mind filled with questions that he had been wondering for years. A beautiful woman named Kushina Uzumaki, said Minato. Is she alive? Asked Naruto as Minato shook his head. No, she died. Bring you into the world, said Minato as she remembered Kushina kissing the top of Naruto's head as her heart stopped beating. Maybe if all the medical ninjas and staff were busy with the Kyuubi, she could have been saved. She didn't abandon me? Asked Naruto. No, we would never abandon you, said Minato. How long are you back? Are you really alive? Asked Sakura. No, I had only an hour and half of that is gone, said Naruto sadly. I am sorry that wasted so much time. You didn't waste any time, said Minato, you worked through your pain and I got to spend time with my son. I suggest you spend the time talking instead of fighting, said Sakura. You sound like your mother, Sakura, said Minato as Naruto raised an eyebrow. How did you know her name? Asked Naruto. First you said her name, said Minato as Naruto remembered saying Sakura's name. Also I was best friend with Kane and Rin Haruno since we were kids. I was asked to be Sakura's godfather and I was going to ask Kane to be yours, Naruto. Rin was your godmother, Naruto, and Kushina was Sakura's. So Sakura and I would have known each other? Asked Naruto. Almost like family, said Minato before he laughed a bit, and judging from the fact that you called her Chan and she called her Kun. You two are very close. Yeah, said Naruto, teammates. Boyfriend and girlfriend? Asked Minato as Naruto and Sakura looked at each other. It's getting there, said Sakura. It's there, added Naruto as Sakura's heart jumped for joy, that is if she can forgive me for doing this. Naruto-kun, you're a baka, said Sakura, but you're my baka. I know Kushina would be happy to hear that, said Minato. In death do you see mom? Asked Naruto. I don't know. I remember sealing the Kyuubi and then nothing, said Minato. I can feel like there is something there but blocked. Maybe I can, but I can't remember. Why don't we sit down and talk, said Sakura. Sounds like a plan, said Minato as they sat down. Here, let me heal you, said Sakura as her hands got covered in green healing chakra. Don't worry about me, said Minato, I am dead after all. I want to hear about my son. Where to begin? Asked Naruto. Well, needless to say I had a rough life. From the villagers? Asked Minato. Yeah, I was no different than the Kyuubi to them, said Naruto as he formed a fist. I told them to treat you as a hero, but human nature being what it is, I am not surprised, said Minato sadly. Well, I was beat up and went hungry, said Naruto. I lived in a rat and cockroach infested apartment that was vandalized every other week by the villages. I never wanted that to happen to you, said Minato as he lowered his head in shame for what his actions had done to his son. Well, after a long time I became a ninja and got my team, said Naruto. Well, you said Sakura is on your team, but who else? Asked Minato. Well, Sasuke Uchiha is my other teammate and Kakashi Hatake is my sensei, said Naruto as Minato grinned. Little Kakashi, laughed Minato. You know him? Asked Sakura. He was my student, said Minato as Sakura's and Naruto's eyes widened. As for the Uchiha, it is unlikely that when news get out that you're my son, the upper levels of the Uchiha clan will demand him be taken off your team. Don't worry about that. There was a massacre of the Uchiha clan and only 2 are left, Sasuke and his brother Itachi, said Naruto as Minato looked at him. The Uchiha clan was one of the largest clans. How could they be killed without causing a war? Itachi Uchiha has the Mangekyo Sharingan, said Naruto as Minato's eyes widened. He became a Rouge ninja and part of a group called the Akatsuki who is after me because of demon I used to have in me. How did you and Kyuubi make a deal? Asked Minato. When Sasuke left the village to go after Itachi, said Naruto, I went after him and he stabbed a Chidori into my chest. What? Asked Minato, stunned to hear his son had been hit by that attack. That is when the Kyuubi and I made a deal. His freedom for my life and training, said Naruto. I see, said Minato. Dad, said Naruto as Minato looked up at him. Naruto couldn't help but smiled. It felt so good to say dad and have someone respond. You're a Namikaze, right? So I am one too. Of course, said Minato, we decided to hide your true last name until you were older, 17 to be precise, that way the council or the Rock wouldn't try to do anything to you. Okay, I understand the Rock because they were our enemies in the war, but why the council? Asked Naruto. Don't you remember the council level clans from your government classes in the school? Asked Minato. Naruto was never that good in school, said Sakura. Well, not all of that was my fault. None of the bookstores would sell me a book, explained Naruto. I had to get my book out of the trash after they had thrown an old copy away. Half the pages were gone. It stopped after the peace treaty with the Rock. Minato lowered his head at the thought about what his son had to do in order to just survive. Well, the Namikaze clan is one of the founding members of the Leaf, said Minato as he remembered the stories his grandfather told him about the history Namikaze clan. We are one of the council-level clans along with the Hyuga, Nara and other clans. The Uchiha? Asked Naruto. Yes, the Uchiha and the Namikaze clan historically never got along, said Minato. That is why I said the upper level of the Uchiha clan wouldn't have allowed an Uchiha to be on the same team as a Namikaze. So Sasuke and I are both from council-level clans, said Naruto as he fought his feelings. Thank you, Dad. For what? Asked Minato. For years I thought I was second class because of the Kyuubi and a lot of my friends come from upper class clans, said Naruto. He thought he wasn't good for me because he doesn't have money or comes from an upper level clan, said Sakura. Well, both of those are false, said Minato. Now the Namikaze clan wasn't as large numbers-wise as the Uchiha or Hyuga, but we were known for 2 major things. However, the clan always had more money because of investments in companies and banks. I can't believe after a lifetime of barley making it, fighting for every meal, that I have money, said Naruto. Not only that, but an entire compound of homes, said Minato with a smile. They are yours just like they always should have been. Inside the demon world, Karen, Yugo and Suigetsu stood before the demon lords. Sasuke was standing to the side. These are the humans? Asked the giant shark demon Nico. Yes, said Sasuke, they each have an ability that will be useful. I don't see anything useful, said the scorpion Kamari. Let me show you, said Sasuke as he walked up to Suigetsu and with one quick motion cut through him. You want to show us that he can be killed? Asked Nico with a laugh, but he stopped as water came out of Suigetsu pulling him together. Ah, Sasuke, you could have said something. That strings, said Suigetsu. Interesting, said Kamari. That ability fits well with you, Nico, said Seamus with a grin. Fine, I'll take that human. He will not likely survive the infusion of Churka, said Nico. What of the other 2? What can they do? Asked Kamari. Yugo, show them, ordered Sasuke as Yugo looked down before his arm turned dark gray with spikes in it. He can do this over his entire body without hurting himself. Interesting, and the other one? Asked Kamari. I can sense chakra in all its form from extreme distances, said Karen as she pushed up her glasses. So nothing really, said Kamari as Karen glared at him. I'll take the one that transforms. You can have the woman. Already infuse them with demon chakra, and if they survive bring them back, said Seamus. No, I can't leave Sasuke, I'll lose control, said Jugo as he started to turn into Curse Seal level 2. This is going to be troublesome, said Kamari as his stinger came forward and struck Jugo, knocking him out and returning him to human. See you later, said Suigetsu as he drank water. I hope you die, yelled Karen. Really, that is what I am hoping for you, said Suigetsu as he and Nico disappeared, followed by Karen and a passed out Yugo. Follow me, Karen, said Sasuke as Karen blushed. Anywhere, Sasuke-kun, said Karen as she followed Sasuke toward the snake summoning scroll. Meanwhile, Tsunade stood back watching as Naruto, Sakura and Minato sat on the ground talking. She had decided to stay back and let Naruto spend time with his family, and Sakura wouldn't get pulled away from Naruto by anything. Saito was currently being yelled at Katara. Lady Hokage, said a voice as Tsunade looked behind her to see Haishiro Hyuga, standing there along with Shikaku Nara, Tsum Inuzuka, Hinata Hyuga, Kiba Inuzuka and a team of ANBU. What do you guys want? Asked Tsunade. You are not supposed to leave the village without guards, and most of all in the middle of the night, said Haishiro. Why did you even come out here? Asked Tsum. Look around, said Shikaku as they looked around to see the ground cover with kunais, broken tree limbs and creators large and small. A battle was waged here. But who was fighting? Asked Haishiro. Take a look out there, said Tsunade as she pointed toward the field. Instantly the three council members' eyes widened as they saw the face of the older blonde-hair man. His smile, his deep blue eyes under his blue headband. The fourth Hokage? Asked Haishiro, stunned. The yellow flash of the leaf, said Tsum. Minato Namikaze, said Shikaku Nara. Hearing the mix of his titles and his names made Minato look toward the source only to see the council members and Tsunade. Do you want something? Asked Minato. How can you be there? Asked Haishiro. Didn't you read the report Tsunade had to send us on Naruto? Asked Shikaku as Haishiro looked at him. He has the Death God summoning pack and he can bring people back to life for a cost. But why would he pick the fourth Hokage to bring back? Asked Inoichi. To kill him for all he did to him, explained Tsunade. But Naruto-kun would never do anything to hurt his childhood hero, said Hinata as her father glared at her. Say kun again with the demon child name and you will face my wrath, said Haishiro as suddenly he felt a kunai on his neck. Listen, Haishiro, said Minato as he held a kunai up to the council leader's neck, you know I never liked you. I never understood what she saw in you, but you will never call my son a demon ever again. Your son? Asked Haishiro. Yes, my son, said Minato as pulled his kunai off Haishi's neck as appeared in front of them in a yellow flash. Naruto is your son? Asked Shikaku. Yes, his mother was Kushina Uzumaki, or rather Kushina Namikaze, said Minato. And you had to hit his real name because of the rock, said Shikaku. And from him, said Minato as he glared at Haishiro, I could always tell when someone was using someone else, and you use people, Haishiro. There was no way I was going to let you use my son. I would have given him a good home, said Haishiro. He would have learned the upper clans have the real power, not the Namikaze way of treating everyone like equals. Still stuck up as always, Haishiro, said Minato. You are among the few people in the Leaf that I always hated. Okay, I am confused. Why would I be raised by that stuck-up Hyuga like him? Asked Naruto. That is easy to explain, Naruto, said Minato as he looked Haishiro. Unfortunately my twin sister fell hard for the SOB in front of me and they got married. He is your uncle.